EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody. A Thursday edition of Birds 365 here on JAKIB Sports. A playoff edition. We're getting closer, everybody, to the wild card weekend matchup, Eagles versus Packers. And some big news came down in Eagle land yesterday. Jalen Hurts, quarterback one of the Philadelphia Eagles, returned to practice. So we'll talk all about that. And we have a couple great guests for you today. Johnny Mac, how you doing on this Thursday morning, brother?
Doing well. Finally it's over. I think it's over.
Yeah, what'd you see out there yesterday, John? I went on X last night.
He looked crisp.
Yeah, after our night show, after our afternoon and night show, and I'm like, what? All these people saying how crisp the quarterback looked. John, what exactly does that mean? Jalen Hurts looked crisp at practice. I got a kick out of that. The concerted.
I don't know. Yeah, sun's out, guns out. He was showing off the guns in the fridge.
He did look ripped up. Yeah, he did look.
It was freezing, man. Woo. It was brutal yesterday, but the temperature is about almost 30, but there were like 30-mile-an-hour winds, so it felt like 15. So Jalen showed up in a tank top and embracing the cold weather, but yeah, we don't get to see much, so I don't know. You were saying something off the air. I don't know. I don't want to disparage people. You get to see him toss it back and forth with some people, and then we get ushered off the field. And then we talk to other people afterwards, and Lane Johnson used that term, crisp, so maybe they got it from that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them, the people you're talking about. But, yeah, we don't get to see much. It's not like training camp where we get to watch the whole practice. And specifically yesterday, we only got to watch stretching in a little bit, not even full individual drills, a little bit of that. But, yeah, so I don't know what those people are talking about.
Yeah, that's some fresh sod down there at the link yesterday. That was good to see. But the big takeaway is not that Jalen looked crisp at practice for whatever that means. It's that he returned, and I think that's a big deal. Finally, good to see him back out on the practice field. John, if people watch Birds 365, they knew everything was going to be fine with Jalen, but I think there is still a sigh of relief, a breath of relief in the air when you see him back out on the field. And looking crisp, as they said. So it was good to see Jalen back out on the field.
Yeah, learn from the charlatans. Remember, learn. They don't even read the policy. They don't understand if you don't practice, you can't get out of the protocol. The Eagles didn't practice him purposefully last week, even though they'll deny that because they don't want to be under the auspices of the NFL and them looking into things and all that, open that Pandora's box. But can't get out of the protocol until you actually practice. So it was never a concern. I tried to impart that as much as possible, but it didn't resonate in a lot of circles because you have people that don't read the policy and don't understand it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was good to see him back out there. So all sites look good for Sunday's matchup, the 425 game. Eagles versus Packers. I can't believe how quick. Now the week is moving. I'm ready for this playoff game coming up. We have two great guests today for everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. Daz, I see you in there. Crowley, Wayne the Pain, Joe Whipp's in here. Joe Whipp says good morning from 33,000 feet. Joe must be up in the air. Good stuff, Joe. Cue the gods in here. Kenny P. We appreciate all you guys. Stephen Patton. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button for us, even if you're watching after the fact. Hitting that like button is one of the best things you can do to help us grow. And Birds 365 Nation has been showing out. The show has been crushing it. So big thanks to all you guys. And as far as guests today, we will have Gary Cobb coming up at 8:20. And then in hour number 2, we'll have Thomas Mott. Most of you guys know Thomas Mott from his great YouTube channel. So two good guests to prep for the playoff game and get some different opinions in here as we go into that playoff game. Johnny Mac, another day closer, another practice under your belt. Anything change for you yesterday? What did you see down there outside of Jalen Hurts returning to the field?
No, just the start of preparation. The Eagles try to keep it focused. Nick talked a lot about, you don't change your process. you don't make it bigger than what it is. Everybody kind of resonated with that. But it is bigger. you know, in the regular season, you always have another game until you're officially eliminated, obviously, when it becomes not important in this type of situation. Obviously, it's one and done. It's like the NCAA tournament. So you need to be on your P's and Q's each and every week, not only in the wild card round, but if you want to make the run to go where you want to go. And that is the best way to handle it. You don't want to get overly emotional. You don't want to do different things because it's more important. You want to keep it on an even keel, but that's easier said than done as well. So, but the Eagles have a lot of playoff experience. So does Green Bay, for that matter. So, most of the people have been through it before, except for the rookies and some of the newer players. But they should be able to lean on the veterans and playing in Lincoln Financial Field is always a big advantage for the Eagles.
Yep, no doubt about it. John, Jordan Love spoke yesterday as well. Just an update on that front. He had some interesting comments. At least I thought they were interesting. Kind of like, I don't know if he's playing the Nick Sirianni game a little bit. I was talking yesterday, John. That is a weird injury that he got last weekend. It's not like a nerve. I don't know if it was a nerve or a funny bone. I mean, I've hit my funny bone before. It doesn't stick around for hours. So I don't know if he hurt a nerve, but I don't know. If I were a Packer fan, I'd feel a lot worse about that than Jalen Hurts 3 weeks after a hit to the head.
So would I.
Make of what Jordan Love said, but I'm assuming he'll be out there. But you think there's a chance that impacts his play, man? I mean, you lose feeling in that throwing hand. If you damage a nerve in there, I told the story yesterday on the afternoon show. My brother in basic training, when he was going into the military, he fell at basic training, and he damaged the nerve between his thumb. This is 8 years ago. He still doesn't have feeling in his freaking thumb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if he damaged the nerve, that could be something to look out for going into this game. Obviously, you need feeling in your throwing hand.
It's the reason Britton Covey's not playing right now. Yeah. I mean, nerves are. I would say concussions are tough because there's so much misinformation about them. The science is so new, but also you have this group of people that want to project it as, devastating to long-term effects, which it may be down the road. I tried not to downplay it as much as possible, right. But in the short run, if you're being completely honest, and it's very difficult for people to be honest with these types of things, it's rarely that big of a deal. Occasionally, with Tua, it becomes more, but very rarely. For the average concussion, guy may be out for a week and he's back, right. And there's no ill effects. Now, you can argue about 50 years down the road and all that.
Right, that's a different conversation. Yeah, you're talking about playing the game right now.
So, it's much more for game to game, week to week. This is a much more concerning injury in Green Bay than Philadelphia. 100%. 100%.
He's just kind of playing the game, though, there. I mean, with his injury as well.
I mean, possibly. He wants to show up when he's 100%, play that little. But, I mean, the Eagles are preparing for him. They're not preparing for Jordan Love with a damaged nerve. They're preparing for Jordan Love. So, all this stuff is overrated by coaches, in my estimation. If you're prepared for Jordan Love, you're prepared for Malik Willis. If you're prepared for Jalen Hurts, you're prepared for any other quarterback the Eagles throw out there. So, I think, and Nick Sirianni, because I get to see him every day, he puts a big emphasis on competitive advantage. And I've told him personally, and I'll tell it here, it's not a competitive advantage, dude. It's not. But you believe what you believe. And
I think some of that comes from the organization too, right? Where that's kind of what they want Nick to say up there, right? Is that fair to say or no?
No, I don't think so. He's very into it. He thinks it's lazy not to play it out. And Hey, maybe it gives you 1% advantage or blah, 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 but it's negligible. I'll say that. But he believes in it, and that's fine. And
Yeah,
half of
yeah,
it's mental. If you believe in it and you believe it helps, Godspeed.
right.
That's where I am with it. He believes it helps, so Godspeed.
Right, I don't have to agree with it, but that's what he wants to do, and that's he's perfectly entitled to that. John, last night on This Week in Pro Football on our night show, we had Pete Doherty, who covers the Green Bay Packers, and he had some interesting comments that you've been talking about on the show, but how eerily similar it is to Philadelphia, where I rewatched that playoff game of the Packers and the Cowboys last night, and you look at the season this year that the Packers have had, they have really taken that. I don't want to say they've taken it away from Jordan Love, but they've completely stopped asking him to be that guy. If you watch that playoff game, he was really throwing that ball around, man. He was
until they need him to be that guy.
I know, but we'll see. I mean, Pete Doherty kind of talked about Jordan Love last night as a guy covering the Packers, similar to the conversation around Jalen Hurts this year, where you've taken the offense almost completely out of his hands. You've become completely run-first dominant. Why? We don't know. In Philly, it's a little bit more obvious. I mean, Josh Jacobs is a good player, but he's not Saquon Barkley. And he's also, you took credit to you again. I'm rewatching that game last night. Aaron Jones was a beast for them. For them. I mean, they've become way more one-dimensional with Josh Jacobs because he's a between the tackles runner. Aaron Jones could catch it running outside. He could do so many different things, and they credit to them. They used him properly, but they've become a little bit of a one-dimensional team, John. And I think it bodes well for the Eagles because running between the tackles against the Philadelphia Eagles has not been easy for any team this year, and that's really where their offense. That's what their bread and butter is on offense.
Yeah, but if they play like they've been playing the entire year, which I think they will do, they're going to come out and try to pound the football, and they're probably going to fall behind, and there'll be a certain stage of the game where Matt LaFleur will throw up his hands and go, "All right, we gotta pick up the pace." And like I said, don't get too comfortable because when they do that, they tend to get back in games. But they shoot themselves in the foot by the way they play. To a certain extent, I believe that with the Eagles, but it's tough to argue because all the Eagles do is win.
Yeah.
But I still believe that. You talked to me enough. I don't think that I think they should be more balanced. There's no reason when you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith out, and now Dallas Goedert's back, the best offensive line in football. There's no reason you shouldn't be the Detroit Lions, to be honest.
Well, and the quote, I think it's completely fair to think that. Think about the quote that came from Jalen Hurts himself earlier this season. Right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's talking about
it. It's simple to say, okay, we're winning a lot. This is fantastic. There's no reason to change right now. But when you do listen to what the quarterback said, well, it doesn't what he said, what was his quote? It doesn't bite you until it bites you or whatever it was, something along those lines. And that would be the fear. Because if you look at the Packers, right, they've beaten everybody they were supposed to beat. And then the three teams that were great in the NFC, the three teams that were better than them in the NFC, they lost to all three of those. And I think there is a line of thinking, there, even from the quarterback in Philly, of we got to make sure that we're more than just one-dimensional to be able to beat the best teams in the league. And I think the Eagles are more equipped to do that right now than the Packers. That's just my gut feeling. Doesn't mean it's going to be true, but I think that's a fair line of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Green Bay's more, I would say, when they put their mind on throwing the football, they're more explosive. That might be just the quarterback. But the good thing is they don't put their mind to it. So, if you beat yourself, you beat yourself.
Right. Well, I think the biggest difference is, though, I mean, we have arguably two top 10 receivers, probably the best wide receiver duo or a top 3 duo in the NFL. I was listening again to Pete Doherty last night, and he's like, we have a lot of receivers that catch balls, like you've said a lot, and they don't rely on one guy, but we don't have a wide receiver one. And then he said, we don't really even have a wide receiver 2. We have a bunch of guys that Jordan Love is getting the ball to, but there's no real number 1 target. He said the best 2 are Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting to think of,
Yeah, but here's the thing.
That's kind of why I said that I think the
the
Eagles because you have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. It's easier to rely on them.
The Eagles have better receivers, but receivers need a vehicle to get them the football. They can't get the football to themselves. And that's part of the frustration with the Eagles passing game, to be honest. So if you look at, what is it, 31st in passing attempts, the Eagles, and what are they, 29th in passing? The Packers are 30th in pass attempts and like 12 or 13th in passing. So you see the difference in effectiveness.
Right. Well, they do take a lot of deep shots. Now they're going to miss that with Watson. Watson had like only 29 catches, John, but he had like 600 plus yards. So that dude was
averaged over 20 yards a catch.
Yeah, that's
but,
crazy.
All those guys can run. All those guys can get deep. They're used to playing without Christian Watson. It's not like he's a big fundamental part of their offense. Would they like him? Of course, but they're used to playing without him. He's had a host of injuries over the years. Again, he's not a volume guy. They'll just move somebody else. It might be Bo Melton. They can all run, maybe not to the extent of Christian Watson. That's not the concern with that team. The concern with that team, with me, is you can talk yourself into they can't throw the ball. They can throw the ball, and they can run the ball. I think it's the only team in the NFL with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. I think they're 5-5. They're a really good team. They don't play the right way. They don't play the right way to take advantage of what they have. That's my opinion on this team.
Right. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. The one thing I'd say, though, I mean, there are receivers that you're talking about. I don't think Jaden Reed he'd be wide receiver 3, in Philly. And that goes for everybody there. And he's their best target. So Eagles had the clear advantage there. We'll see who takes advantage.
You need a vehicle to get you the football.
Yeah, but they've kind of taken that away from Jordan Love. I mean, I think he has the ability, but they haven't played like that this year with him.
But it's what I'm saying is you can't put A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on Green Bay, and you can't put Jaden Reed on Philadelphia. The Eagles have better receivers, in a vacuum. It ain't a vacuum. The Eagles don't throw the football. 31st in pass attempts, 29th in passing game overall. They don't throw it at this stage. So, I mean, yeah, they have great receivers. It's like not taking the Lamborghini out for a spin.
Yeah, right. John, one other thing I want to hit before we get to Gary Cobb coming up here on Birds 365. Eagles made a move yesterday, a roster move with Lewis Sign from the University of Georgia. Another Georgia Bulldog from that famous Georgia defense, one of the better defenses in college football. What do you make of that move? Why did they do it at this point going into the playoffs? Are they expecting him to be a contributor, a depth piece, a future piece? Explain to me what your thought process is on this.
Yeah,
one.
future piece. Signed him up Buffalo practice squad. People remember the name because he was on that great Georgia defense. He's a first-round pick, although 32nd overall in 2022. Things didn't work out. He broke his leg early in his rookie year, but he was not playing well. Like, he was not playing before he got hurt. Then when he came back, he was not playing. It's really, you got to really perform poorly to get cut before your third year as a first-round pick, even the 32nd overall. That's what happened to him. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Eagles are kicking the tires, and obviously he's got talent. He's still young. You have his rights now moving forward. It's more about, you can take a look. Does he have something? Take a swing. But no, contributing now, no. They had an open roster spot because they had to manipulate the quarterback situation. So they waived Ian Book with Jalen Hurts coming back. And they looked around, and this is the kind of outside the margin stuff that Howie does, and he should do. You know, deep in the roster is going to be inactive. Hey, take a shot. And maybe being around his guys, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Kaylee Ringo, and Nakobe Dean, maybe that helps them.
Yeah, and they're all playing well this year. Maybe Vic Fangio helps them, who's helped every other player on our defense. So fair to assume that Vic might help him. So interesting move there by the Birds. They made a signing of Lewis Seen, another University of Georgia Bulldog in Philadelphia. Good stuff there. Let's get to our first commercial break. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. Hit that like button this morning. Just a couple days away, everybody, from the wild card matchup. We're going to talk to Gary Cobb in just a second here on Birds 365. Before I get to our break, I want to tell you guys about the great people at BetUS. Go and check out BetUS. It's betus.com.pa, and you can see the promo code on your screen. That's YouTube150. Gives you a 150% sign-up bonus on your very first deposit. You get 125% on your second and third deposit, all up to $2,000. So deposit less and bet with more at BetUS. Who's taking the Birds to go to the Super Bowl on BetUS? I might become a betting man for the first time just to take that bet. Go check them out, betus.com.pa. We'll be back in 3 minutes, everybody, with Gary Cobb on Birds 365.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome back in, everybody, to a Thursday edition of Birds 365 here on JAKIB Sports. Getting ready for the Eagles' wild card matchup versus the Green Bay Packers. Joined now by Gary Cobb, legendary Eagle. Gary, welcome to the show, man. Good to have you on here on this Thursday. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good to see you, G Cobb. You're a linebacker. You're a defensive guy, so I'll start on the defensive side of the football. If I told you at the NovaCare complex back in August this was going to be the #1 defense in the NFL, what would you have said to me?
No way. No way, especially after the season got going a little bit. They just started out so poorly, but I guess it's really probably the most amazing development that I've ever seen in NFL, where a team was that bad defensively at the start and to really just come into their own. And I tell you, the thing that I think the people that don't get the most credit is probably these position coaches.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a great job with them. If you just talk to the young players, you see how good of a grasp they have of their position. And they didn't have that at the beginning of the season. Of course, they weren't playing like it, but they've done a really good job of teaching, and I guess where Nick deserves a lot of credit too. And of course, Vic, that they have done, they emphasize teaching, making sure a guy understands what he's trying to do. And then a lot of times, football is situational. What's your situation? What's the down and distance? What formation are they in? What does that formation tell you? And before a game, so you do all of this studying, you got to know what do they like to do out of certain formations. And you see these kids, a lot of times, from the time I've been around the game, a lot of times some guys will leave the game and they still don't have a grasp of the thinking that's supposed to go into looking at what formation they're in. What do they like to do out of that formation? What is the down and distance? And a lot of times, you can narrow the play that's going to happen. Then if you can narrow the play that's going to happen, then you could start kind of almost being ready to jump the play you think that's going to happen. See, and now you got an advantage on the offense. See, if you are thinking properly, and that's good football, but that's smart football. And a lot of guys play the game and they're out and they still don't have a clue about playing smart football. They're just out there playing. They're big or whatever and they can run, but that's not good football. Good football is when, as a defense, you see the good defenses. Man, they're all over the place because they have an idea what play you're getting ready to run because you kind of showed them in their formation and just the study they've done and putting in a lot of homework there, studying your offense. They know the offensive coordinator and what he likes to do in certain situations, and they know what you like to do out of certain formations.
Gary, what player there has surprised or I guess impressed you the most? A lot of great stories on that defense. You look at all the Georgia guys who have, really turned the corner this year and being productive NFL players. You got Zach Bond. You got 2 rookies in the secondary who are playing like Pro Bowl level players, dare I say it. Yeah. Who's impressed you the most on that defense?
Well, I could say Zach Bond. I mean, he's been amazing. But then I could say Cooper DeJean. I mean, I see Cooper DeJean. He's out there telling the older guys, hey, he's identified the play. You can see emotion into the guy.
Yeah. He's got some Luke Kuechly to him. He's calling out plays. He's
going like, this dude's a rookie, man, but smart,
Remember that 4th and 1 play against Jamar Chase, Gary?
Come on.
That to me, that play personifies what you were talking about. Not only because it was Isaiah Rodgers too, because Isaiah was an outside, he was the outside corner. He was in, I guess Slay was banged up.
Yeah.
And he had signaled to Cooper DeJean, if you watch the play, he signaled to go around. Don't come underneath me. Go on top of me. Yeah. As they went in motion and they did that Andy Reid corn dog motion with the Triple Crown winner, Jamar Chase, who might be the best receiver in football. Yeah. And he came back and Cooper DeJean was in his hip pocket, saw the whole thing coming. Isaiah Rodgers helped him out. The communication, that to me, that personifies this defense. And those are young players, a rookie and a guy who doesn't play all the time.
That's right.
And Vic and Christian Parker had him on the same page.
Beautiful stuff. Of course, I can appreciate that because I know that somebody spent a bunch of time in the room there, in that film room, studying this to where they're able to identify what this team likes to do. And they probably did it before. They did that same formation and everything, because the offensive coordinator, they try to not give up tendencies, but they all got tendencies.
Yeah.
There's things they like to do, certain situations, and they like to do out of certain formation. And they could try to mask it, but if you're around them, you're going, oh, I know what this guy likes to do. And the good teams, there's certain things they go to, like you see the Eagles with their running attack. Certain things they're going to go to. So, you got to be anticipating that if you're a good defense. And I have been amazed, but the teaching has been excellent. They teach. And I don't think enough teams realize, that the mental part and teaching guys. And if you do it over and over and over and over, even a guy that's not the brightest, because he'll still pick it up, if you keep talking about it,
Yep. Gary, coming into this game, Eagles-Packers here in the wild card, talk to me about how a defense changes when the Packers lose a guy like Christian Watson. Now, they're an interesting offense because they got like 3 or 4 different receivers over there that catch the ball. Christian Watson only had 30 targets, but he is their deep threat, and you lost that in him. How does that change your approach as a defense? What can you do differently? Does it give you more freedom to kind of run different things? Explain to me how that changes, how a defense approaches a game.
Well, you're going to have to wait and see at the game, like what Green Bay is going to do to make that adjustment without him, But I think that the Eagles, which is what they like to do, is they just kind of strangle you, meaning like they don't want to give up the deep ball. The fact that he's not there is going to allow the Eagles, it might allow them to play more zone, because they don't have as much area of the field to cover. And I could see where Vic might be thinking that way. And I probably would say that. But then again, Love doesn't really like to scramble a lot. Even though he's a pretty good athlete, he doesn't take off a lot. So, that's when that's when you can play man. If you got a quarterback who's a real good athlete and he's taking off all the time, if you're in man, and this guy breaks out there, the guys aren't going to do a good job of coming up to help on him. But if you're in zone, they see him breaking the pocket, so they can come up. So I kind of expect them to play. They're going to play, I think, a lot of man. I think they're going to try to double.
That's a bold prediction, G.
Yeah,
I never expect a Vic Fangio team to play a lot of man.
Well,
maybe a little bit more than normal.
You know what? I see a lot for him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's not going to go,
Yeah.
But they're going to change it up. Let's say in certain situations where they can, they feel like they can take away, Jaden Reed, who he's going to be looking for a lot of time,
Yeah.
So I could see them doubling him. So that's what they would do. And when I talk about playing man, is doubling him to take him away. Because if they play zone, then it's tougher to take him away, And I think that Jordan Love's going to be looking for him even more, with the fact that, they got their deep speed is out of the game. So, but I think the Eagles, for the most part, they're going to play their game. And they do a very good job of, first thing, of course, they got to stop that running game. And then they got Jaden Reed, really. So it's Josh Jacobs and Jaden Reed, pretty much the guys they got to stop in order to beat the Packers, But if they get the running game going, then, that's trouble. But I don't think they'll be able to.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles have been great all year. They've gotten better in the tackling aspect. So, defensively, they've just been a good group, and they've really hit their stride. So I do think, and I kind of talked about it, the Eagles and the Packers are eerily alike from the offensive perspective, G.
That's right.
They both have high-profile quarterbacks who they spent $50 million on. And they both scale back, and they both want to run the football all the time, like it's old school back in your day.
Yeah.
And I think at times, not with the Eagles as much, because they have a historic season from Saquon Barkley, and they just keep winning games. At times, I think it's hurt the Packers. Josh Jacobs, very good player, but he's not Saquon Barkley. He doesn't have the same explosiveness, more of a, 4 yards, move the chains type of guy.
That's right.
I think it hurts them. And they've got behind a couple games. They were down 28-0 to Minnesota. And then they're like, oh crap, let's start throwing the ball. And then they get back in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I it's strange to me how they relied on the running attack.
Well, this all, says how they feel about Jordan Love,
Yeah, it says negative, right? I mean, if you do that.
Yeah. It says you don't believe in him as much.
Yeah.
That's what it says, even though you went out, you gave him the big money, you got these weapons in here for him, but you still don't believe him to the point where you give him the ball, So I think that that does say something about the way they feel about Jordan Love. And I mean, maybe they change things up a little bit. Maybe they give him the ball more this week, but I don't think so. I think they're going to try to run. They're going to play their game. And these teams, as you said, they mimic each other quite a bit, in the way they try to run the ball. But of course, Saquon has got that take it to the house ability, which, makes him different, and the thing is too, is I think having Jalen back, see, Jalen helps so much in the running game.
Oh yeah.
Because what he does is the guy on the outside, on the backside of the run, a lot of times, Jaden's going to keep the ball. Let's say he could run a bootleg on the backside. So that keeps that guy honest. So when Saquon hits it up into the hole and then he cuts back, that guy is not there in the cutback hole. He's worried about
respect the
bootleg or the RPOs and everything. So you keep that guy outside on the line. And that's less guys that Saquon has to deal with. And that one less guy in that cutback hole, you see he cuts back into that hole, boom. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
+1. They call it +1 in the running game for a reason, because it's +1.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah. He and just having him out there. See, in fact, I believe that he would have already broke that record if Jalen had been playing.
Yeah, possibly.
Gee, talk to me about Jalen Hurts returning from 2.5 weeks off. You know what I mean? Missing football. You played football, obviously, for a long time in the NFL. I always say to John, if I didn't do a show for 2.5 weeks, I'd be a little rusty. I'd come out. It'd take me a second to find my rhythm back. I'm not saying that's going to be the case with Jalen, but any concern on him and being out for 2.5 weeks, or how do you view that whole thing with Jalen returning to practice yesterday, probably set to go for the playoff game this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, there's reason to be concerned. I think, that he could be a little rusty. I mean, you've seen it in some of the games, they've been rusty. They come out and the passing game is not fluid. So I think there's some of that, but that's not really the heart of the team. They get the running game going, then that's going to open up, makes the passing game a lot easier. And I would like to see them do a better job with the, play action pass, because, they get that running game going and you put play action pass right along with that. You give the same look, then guys are going to be open, especially tight end. And, of course, you got some good receivers and everything. So I think that, he'll be all right, but he's going to be, you expect him to be a little rusty. He might be, but I think they'll be all right, because they're not really just resting on him to carry them. They're a team that is a running team first, and then they throw the ball. So, I think Jalen will be all right.
Yeah, I mean,
he better be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Jay.
You mentioned the play action game. I think that was a big talking point in over the spring and the summer about Kellen Moore coming in, evolving things. That part of it really hasn't happened.
No.
You don't hear a lot of complaints because when you win 14 games, nobody wants to be the guy to complain.
Yeah.
But you've heard little things, and Jalen himself has said, it may not get you until it gets you, is what Jalen said. AJ Brown, we heard with the passing quotes, Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, even some of the offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Why do you think it hasn't, from your perspective, why do you think the passing offense, not that it's bad, but hasn't been what people expected with Kellen Moore and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with Kellen Moore and Jalen. I mean, that's those are the two guys going to be deciding. He's deciding on the plays, and Jalen's deciding who's going to ultimately get the ball, or is he going to throw it? And I think at the beginning of the year, those interceptions, I always years ago, I would be talking to Donovan McNabb and telling him, hey, man, I was doing the radio then, and he would be talking, man, such and such called you last night, and that guy didn't know what he was talking about. And I'm going like, what are you doing listening to the radio? You know what I mean? Like, that guy is he works at a tire station, man, changing people's tires, man. What are you worried about what he says about you? But I think it's gotten into Jalen's head. You see the way he's not going to take care of that ball. He was holding on to the ball. He's not going to throw any interceptions. And to start off with the interceptions, and I will say this, that if they don't turn the ball over, that gives them a lot better chance to win, even if he's not as quick to throw the ball. And he ends up, holding the ball and everything. Throwing interceptions will get you beat. So I do understand that, but Jalen has become very, very conservative when it comes to what he's going to throw and what he's not going to throw, and he's makes sure that he does not put the ball out there in danger, and that's been his priority. I think that I would like to see them, him be able to maybe not be as hardcore with that, but they've won with it. They've won 14 games.
Yeah. I mean, if you win, you win.
I mean, it's not pretty because you see Jalen, and then he takes off and runs with the ball, or he throws it out of bounds, whatever. But the number one thing, he's not throwing interceptions, and he's made it a point. And that's really, I think, in a way, it has hampered their passing game, though, because he's been very conservative. And a lot of times he won't throw the ball on time. He's not sure. I understand that. At the same time, I would like to see him, be more fluid with that. But you turn the ball over, you lose. That's the way it is in the NFL. That's the way it's going to be here in these playoffs. So I understand that. But I would like to see him get, you can take care of the ball.
It's a tough tightrope to walk. Because you want to take care of the football, but you want to be explosive, and to be explosive. You got to trust your guys. The back foot's got to hit the ground. Ball's got to come out on time.
AJ doesn't like that.
I know. And you got the receivers. You got the horses in the room to have the dominant passing game. I mean, he's got to let it fly. Jay, what's your general confidence level coming into this game, man? Eagles, Packers. I think it's a pretty good matchup. Obviously, Packers are the 7th seed. Birds have been dominant all year. I don't think the Packers have shown dominance like the Eagles have at times this season. What's your confidence level coming into this game for the Birds?
I feel good about it. I feel like that this team is going to they're going to be in. If they do lose, it's going to be a tight game, whatever. Because I think the defense is very dependable, so they're not going to give up a lot, and it's just a matter of their offense being able to execute in the red zone when they get down there. They need touchdowns. You get touchdowns, you win. You're just kicking field goals and everything. You're keeping the other team in the game. So I think ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. And hopefully the Eagles will be fluid in their passing game. See, now, if they were to get to the point to where like we're talking, it's 1, 2, 3, and that ball is out, and they get fluid and take care of the ball. You're looking at a team that's got a chance to win the whole thing. But I think ultimately that's what it's going to come down to is when they do play, let's say Detroit, a team that's scoring some, they got to get more out of the passing game. But I think against Green Bay, they can beat them with the running game, and and I think that's what they're going to do. And I think they're going to stop them because Green Bay is just erratic. I think with Jordan Love, he's not the most consistent quarterback. So
he's
I think
tricky.
I think they'll get after him. So I feel good about this game. I think that they're going to win this comfortably.
Jay, what's your concern level with Jake Elliott, man? I mean, it's been. I don't know if you're in the city. It's been windy in Philly the last couple of days.
I know.
The forecast right now shows some wind for the game. I mean, in playoffs, Gary, every point matters. The kickers become more important in those games. I'm not feeling too good about Jake Elliott. Can you make me feel any better, Gary, or are you right there with me?
I can't make you feel any better. Playoffs and kickers, that doesn't go well with me. I was playing with I was playing in Detroit, and we had a good team. We had gone to the playoffs. We were out in San Francisco playing against a team that had a guy named Montana, Jerry Rice and those guys. We had them beat. All we need is we got the best kicker in football, Eddie Murray, Pro Bowl kicker.
He's a great kicker, Eddie Murray. Great kicker.
All we need is 39-yard field goal, and they go home. We out there at Candlestick Park. We got them beat. All we need is the best kicker in football we got here. I was the right up back. I snapped the ball. I look up. Oh my goodness. 3 seconds ago. Anyway, he missed the field goal and we went home.
Yeah. Boy, that's tough.
Oh man.
I remember
this one home for you, Gary.
What's that?
I said this one gets home for you, G-Cub.
I covered. Now, kickers have gotten so good. I think people forget people like Eddie Murray. You mentioned Eddie Murray.
Yeah.
I covered Gary Anderson in 98.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the verge of the first perfect season in NFL history. Had not missed a field goal, had not missed an extra point until the NFC Championship game. It might have been 38, 39 yards, somewhere in that same range. You're like, all right, it's over. He missed it. Bad snap. Probably wasn't even his fault, but he missed it. Man, those high pressure situations.
He's part of the team. And then kickers are all different. Some kickers, not a lot of them, can blend right in with the team. They're one of the guys. But a lot of kickers,
they're up to the side.
They're the kicker. Okay. Yeah. So you never able to get on the same page with them and everything. And at the same time, though, they got that game. They're gonna play a big role in that game. Yeah. And so
Jake's part of the team, though. Jake. Yeah. I mean, Jake is what struggles. Jake is like great at everything. He's like the best golfer on the team. Anything but high eye-hand coordination. Best ping pong player. He's great at everything, and all of a sudden you see him struggle. It's strange to see, but
and the thing is, he's been so good for so long,
Yeah.
And then for some reason, but a lot of it is the confidence. It's mental, and if a guy loses his groove just a little bit, then his confidence is not there. And the confidence, a lot of things, especially, like if you're talking about, golfing, some of these type of skills, and that's why really, also, quarterbacking, of course, there's a skill into it. And so you need a lot of confidence. And that's why, let's say with Jalen, how he won't let the ball go early, till he's sure, he's not going to risk that ball. So a lot of times he holds on to the ball and you're going like, man, what is going on with you, man? But you have to realize that, hey, he threw those interceptions early in the season. He let everybody know, look, I am not going to cost us this game. And that's that's the way Jalen plays.
Well, I think it was also the staff like pounding it into his head and saying, all right, we gotta
He also got crushed for it in the media. I'm not sure if he listens to the media, Gary, but he got crushed for it in the first 4 weeks.
Listen to me. Well, I know he's got a little lady. Well, him and the little lady, she's probably hearing it. And you know, if the little lady gonna hear it, she gonna let you know.
Oh gosh.
That's true. By the way, I asked Jordan Mailata if he knew what his PFF rating was. He was like, I didn't know, but my wife put it in the group text. She's bragging about it. So
that's a part of
it.
A
lot of times, I joked and I was saying, like, you look at this young lady over here and she's talking to one of the guys and everything. She don't realize she's on the team. She don't realize it, but she's on the team because a lot of times the lady's talking and everything, the guy's going to find out. And if it ends up messing up his head, it's because she doesn't realize she's on the team. Don't be talking to him about that, but they can't help it. So they, the guy's going to find out because his lady find out, she's going to tell him, I can tell stories about guys because, the guys are human. They got families. And when
people forget these guys are human beings.
They're
they
human
gotta
beings.
go, they might have, Nick was talking about that yesterday when he was talking about connection.
Yeah.
Some guys, it's not like college where everybody's together and everybody's hanging out.
That's right.
Some guys got families, some guys got kids, some guys get married, some guys aren't, some guys are single. It's a lot more difficult, but sometimes you got to go home and shovel snow. It might be some bullshit like that.
The real world, the real world's out there, and so sometimes that enters into things. But I really I think this team's got a chance, and ultimately it's going to be they're going to need at some point they're going to need that passing offense to be fluid, and I hope they're going to be able to be. Because they're good enough to do it, but it's going to get to the point to where, Jalen is confident enough where he's not going to throw picks at the same time. Let that ball go. Let these receivers show everybody how good they are. And that's what I think is going to depend. That's going to come down to it. And who knows? They might get to the Super Bowl and then they need it. But they're not going to be able to just ride the running game all the way. They're going to need the passing game to contribute.
I keep saying the same thing, Gary, but maybe they do. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. But that's the fun of it. But we'll see.
All right, Gary, gonna have to give me your prediction for the game here: Eagles, Packers, and then on top of that, and you reserve the right to change these picks at any moment in the next couple of weeks. But on Birds 365 today, I want you to give me who comes out of the NFC and who comes out of the AFC to represent each conference in the Super Bowl this year.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be KC again over there.
Yeah.
Because and people talk about their offense. It's their defense that really impresses me. They play good defense, man. They play, and all these things we're talking about, they do well. They communicate, with passing this guy off and everything like you're playing basketball, Somebody setting a pick, and they do a great job of communicating, and I can't say enough about, they over there, but their defense to me in the playoffs, man, they play good. They play good defense. And I would have to go with them over there. Over here right now, these guys got to show me, man. I've really been surprised by Detroit, man, with the way they played defense the last week. I'm going, now, if they play like that, man.
Yeah, they're tough, especially in that building. I mean, Detroit, those people have been waiting for a winner for.
That's right.
And
long time.
It is rabid there.
So I would have to say they're the favorite, man. I would have to pick them right now. Like the Eagles got to show me they can go in there and beat them in their house. That means, and the thing about Detroit is they scoring on you when you're getting off the plane.
Yeah.
They're gonna get their 30 plus, Gary. I don't care who they're freaking.
They didn't even on the Sunday night game. They didn't even play well offensively. And you look up and Gibbs is scoring his fourth touchdown.
That's right.
And they didn't play well.
They didn't even play well. So the Eagles got to show me, boy. I mean, because and they, you talk about aggressive with their play calling. My goodness, man. You know, you want to take that knife off my throat, please. That's the way they play. And so somebody got to go in there and beat them, you know. And right now, they got to be my favorite, man. I got to give them. They play. They play it, boy. They're going after you. Like I said, when you're getting off the plane, going hoop, man, those guys are already attacking. So I would have to say Detroit, man. Right now, the Eagles got to prove to us they can go in there and beat those guys. Now they could, because they're good enough. But that passing game, see, can the Eagles have their passing game flowing like they'll need to, because they're gonna have to score 30 points probably, or you know, maybe at least up in the 20, 25 or 27 points, something like that.
You like the Birds in this game versus the Packers here, Gary?
Yeah, I like the Birds in this game. Yeah, no doubt. I think they're gonna win comfortably, like 27 to 13 or something like that.
I think people are sleeping. I think people are sleeping on the Packers, JAKIB.
Yeah, well,
you know what? Here's the game for me. CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh boy.
Xavier McKinney. Who comes up with the big pick wins the game.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
think the big time playmakers. Who makes the big time?
You know, the thing is, you know, the Pack, you know, they don't have their best corner, you know.
Yeah, Jair's been out for a while. They're playing well, though. They got the 5th ranked defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jair Alexander's good corner.
You know, I would love to see the Eagles, boy, you know, get into a flow. So everybody's they're utilizing all these weapons, because, you know, they haven't gotten into a game where they've utilized all of them in a game, you know, where I guess, you know, you have to say, you know, somewhat in Pittsburgh game, but to see them utilize all of these weapons they've got, that's what's going to be fun if before these playoffs are over, you know, they're really utilizing all those weapons and really showing everybody how good they can be.
JAKIB, thanks for joining the show, man. Great getting you on here before the playoff matchup. We appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you again soon.
See you in New Orleans.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Gary.
All right, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Good stuff, man. From Gary Cobb here on Birds 365. Love talking to JAKIB. JAKIB played for both the Eagles and the Lions, so he's got some dogs in the fight here in this playoffs. But good hearing from him, and good having him break down that defense. I thought it was interesting what he said about the defense at the start there, John. I thought that was a good question by you about the defense going from bottom to the top, you know, in 1 year with Vic Fangio. It's
such a great story. I think
it really is.
Gets lost in the sauce talking about the offense all the time, but you know, it number one, if you would have told me the defense would be better than the offense, I would have laughed at you. But it has been. It's amazing. You know, I you know, if you think about it, Brian Johnson got run out of town for having the 8th ranked offense. They have the 8th ranked offense this year. Same thing. Number eight. You know, winning cures all, obviously. So it doesn't matter if you win at the end of the day. But, you know, JAKIB brought up, and we've been talking about it all year, just the clunkiness of the passing game, the lack of fluidity. And that's the whole point. There's no reason it should be like that when you talk about the receivers and the people. And now Dallas Goedert's back. Like on paper, you look at the Eagles and you go, what the hell do you do? On paper, but it hasn't been that way on the field. Still very good, but it hasn't been that way on the field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I thought, you know, the other thing Gary said that was interesting to me was the story of the kicker. You can almost see on Gary's face that kick still pisses him off to this day, man. Kickers are important in the playoffs, John. We need Jake Elliott to come in confident, man.
Yeah. And Eddie Murray for people. He was one of the great kickers of his generation. So, you know, the Lions would have those years. G just mentioned one of them. They'd have an up year, but most of the time it was a bad team, to be honest. But one thing they had was a kicker, and it was Eddie Murray. And he was great. I'm trying to look. Yeah. 4-time All-Pro. 1980s All-Decade team. He was really good.
You could see the anger on Gary's face, still thinking about Eddie Murray with the kicks. All right, John, I'm going to turn the page here. We got Thomas Mott coming up in hour number 2, so we'll talk to him in about 15 or so minutes. I'll hold off on the break. The one thing I want to talk to you about, the other thing that came down yesterday, I know it doesn't mean too much, but Jalen Carter and Saquon Barkley were named the All-Pro, not the official AP All-Pro, but the All-Pro.
NFLPA. There are a lot of All-Pro teams coming out.
Yeah, a lot of All-Pro teams coming out. But the NFLPA one, the reason I think it's significant is because it's the players. And the Saquon doesn't surprise me at all, obviously, what Saquon's done. But Jalen Carter, you know, and the league starting to realize and see how good of a player he is and him getting that respect amongst his peers. I think that's a big step forward for a young player is, you know, it's one thing to be a good prospect. It's one thing to come in and have high expectations. It's another thing to deliver the goods and have your peers and the best players in the world look at you and say, damn, you're a good freaking player. And that's what Jalen Carter got. So I thought that was
poor Zach Bond got told he didn't make the All-Pro team yesterday. And I'm like, Jesus, come on, dude.
Oh, did someone say that to him?
Yeah. And he was surprised. He was like, did it come out? And I had to tell Zach, I'm like, no, it's not the real All-Pro. You still got a shot. Yeah, but there's so many All-Pro teams. Yeah, the players they've been doing, this is the 3rd year they've been doing it. Hasn't been hasn't been around a long time. But one thing I say about players like the spectacular guys, from a athleticism, that's what they like.
Yeah, for a freak of nature, you know, a freak of nature amongst a lot of freaks of nature.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what they like. So if you look, Lamar was the quarterback. I thought it was interesting. Brock Bowers was the tight end.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
You know, Saquon, Chase and Jefferson, obviously. Tristan Wirfs, which, you know, athletic freak for an offensive lineman.
Yep.
Penei Sewell, which deserves it. Myles Garrett, obviously. Jalen Carter, Chris Jones, guys like that. Dexter Lawrence, Roquan. It's like, you know, Zach Bond's not going to make it over Roquan, but Zach Bond's had a better year than Roquan.
Yeah, I think he's had a better year than both those guys, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're not great players, but this year Zach Bond's been pretty good, yeah.
Kyle Hamilton is freak. Surtain, Stingley probably doesn't deserve it, but he's a very good player. I'm just saying.
Yeah, talking about the 2 best corners. Yeah, right.
So that's sort of the NFLPA thing. Next Gen Stats had their All-Pro team. I think 4A Eagles made it. Zach made that one. I'd have to look. I can't take these things seriously, but the real All-Pro team is coming out soon. I don't know the exact date. And
someone speculated Friday. I'm not sure if that's
typically it comes out before the playoffs. So it probably is. Yeah, it's probably going to be Friday. But Zach made the Next Gen Stats All-Pro team. Cooper made it.
So everybody's putting out an All-Pro team. We need a Birds 365 All-Pro team for crying out loud.
Well, you're getting it because I'm voting in the AP All-Pro this year.
There you go.
And I'll tell you after it comes out who I voted for. But yeah, a lot of Eagles are deserving of either first or second team recognition. And the AP's good. The AP's better because it's a real All-Pro team, but you know, the voters take it seriously, and if you don't take it seriously, you get kicked off. They do it position centric, so you can't pick two tackles. You got to pick a left tackle and a right tackle. You got to pick a left guard and a right guard. Got to pick a slot corner, outside corners. So they do it the right way, and that's why it's the most valuable one, and that's coming out soon.
No doubt about it. We got a couple things more to talk about. More, like I said, we'll get to Thomas Mott. I have a couple topics. I just want to ask you real quick, John, about the other playoff games. And we're going to do our picks, by the way, tomorrow. I'm going to make John pick each games. All right. So we're going to pick a winner for each game tomorrow. We'll rapid fire that toward the end of the show on a Football Friday, everybody, which will be the last show before the playoff game. The week is moving by quick, everybody. I'm excited for this.
Not quick enough. I got to get to these games, man.
Well, you need some time, John. You got to heal up that cold of yours, man.
Well,
you need the time to last long.
That's true. But yeah, I want to get to the games. But yeah, we'll have another cold practice today. Still windy. It's been windy for days.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully that calms down a little bit.
I don't know what the weather is looking like. Earlier in the week, we talked about there was snow. I think the snow.
Yeah, I think the snow is off the table. So
yeah, it looks like the snow's gone.
Yeah.
Look if I can see a Sunday. Sunday right now, it says sunny and 39. Now there will be some.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. With a low of 27. Let me see if I can find what the wind looks like on that. I'm not great at reading the weather. There's some people out there that are like super weather guys.
Yeah.
3 to 8 miles an hour, not bad. Gust of up to 18, but that's not bad at all.
No, that's not. That's the best you can hope for.
All right, Jake Elliott, no excuses, big guy.
But this is a game where you hope for bad weather. Like if Minnesota or Detroit, a dome team was coming in, you would hope for bad weather. With Green Bay, I mean, they're used to it anyway, so you probably want the nicest weather possible.
Yeah, this is the one team it doesn't really matter what the weather goes like in terms of effect on the game. I think it would actually, the more I thought about the weather, I think if we did get snow, it wouldn't be a bad thing for the Eagles because they're a run dominant team. I mean, both teams I think would be fine with snow because they both like to run the football,
Yeah. Yeah, both are not going to be impacted by bad weather, I would say. So, no advantage, I would say, for either team. So it might as well be nice, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, John, we've talked about how these teams are both running teams right now, right? And you look at the defensive rankings, both great defenses, by the way. Eagles are number 1, but the Packers are not far behind. Actually, in total defense, the Packers are number 5, as John pointed out. So there are top 5 defense. They are number 7 in running defense, and the Philadelphia Eagles are number 10 in running defense. Now, the yardage difference there is like 4 yards, so it's marginal difference, but 7 and 10, who do you give the slight edge to on stopping the run this week? I give it to the Eagles, and it's more about the runner. Josh Jacobs is a between the tackles runner. He's not as versatile of a back, and I'm sorry. I don't think that it's going to be easy to run by Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Milton Williams on the interiors. I just don't think it's going to be an easy day for Josh Jacobs. So I give the edge to the Eagles. Who do you give it to in terms of run defense in this game? Because I think it's
I think it has more to do with the backs, as you mentioned, and Saquon's just having an historic year, and
right.
Josh Jacobs is really good. I'm not trying to downplay Josh Jacobs; he's really good, but he's not Saquon. So, I would give the Eagles the advantage from that standpoint. Doesn't have much to do with the defenders. It's got more to do with the running backs. So, it's tougher to stop Saquon than it is Josh Jacobs, I would say.
Is it fair to say this is a Jordan Davis money game? Show your worth, Jordan. Stop the run, and we will beat the Packers handily.
Well, it's almost like you want them to run a little bit effectively so they don't pass it, if that makes sense.
Is that really where your head's at going into this game?
Yes. They're not good when they play that way. when they play the other way, and if they can't run it, and they say, screw it, we're going to throw it,
Let's
then
start letting it fly. Yeah.
then it's a concern. So I'm not really worried. Run for 120 yards. I'm not really worried about that. Just, can't be 200 plus.
I just don't see how they're going to move the ball in the air, John. Like even if you go back to week one,
man.
forget Christian Watson.
I
know.
I really don't think people watch this team.
I've watched so many of their games. I've rewatched
like people talk about Christian Watson. He's not a big part of the offense.
No, he's not. But
Bo Melton runs a 4-3-4.
I know, but we upgraded week one. We had Avonte Maddox in the slot. Jaden Reed took him to school. He had like 140 yards in that game or whatever. Now we have Cooper DeJean, who barely got. Jamar Chase couldn't get the better of Cooper DeJean. I just like the matchup there. I don't think they're going to be able to efficiently move the ball in the air. I really don't see it.
I just don't think people understand how explosive this team can be. I really don't.
Can be. That's the key. Can be. Will they be? Is a bigger question.
Don't. Yeah, but I think they hamstring themselves. So that's what I'm talking about in the running game. Run for 125. By all means, I invite them. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying if Josh Jacobs runs for 125, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the football game?
Yep.
I like that. I'll take that. I'm good with that.
The only way they lose this game is by getting gashed in the passing game. That's the only way. And they're capable of doing it. Yeah, I know people don't think they are because they don't have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but they are. And they got a bunch of freaking guys who can make plays. And don't forget about the tight end as well. And when that quarterback is hitting is hot, yeah, I'm telling you. Now, they're not as good as A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. And part of the reason they lost the first game is because Dontavian Wicks dropped 4 freaking footballs.
Yeah.
But if he caught them, you're having a whole different conversation. Yeah. That's my one thing this week. I think everybody's like, oh, this team can't do this. This team can't do that.
The one thing I'll give the Packers is I think they're going to keep it close because they've seemed to be able to do that with everybody they've played. And they're a sneaky good defensive team. They're good on offense. They're good on both. I mean, they're rated good on both. So I think they'll keep it close. I don't know, John. I just think this is one of those football matchups where you're better and you're more physical and you're going to win the football game.
All right. Beware.
Who's got the better offensive line?
Oh, the Eagles. So
okay, who's got the better defensive line?
First of all, it's Eagles offensive line against Packers defensive line. It's Packers offensive line against Eagles defensive line. It's not offensive line versus all. That's why I said, who cares?
No, I'm not
A.J. Brown.
I know they're playing versus each other.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith are better receivers than Jaden Reed. They're not playing Jaden Reed. And they got to get vehicles to get them the football.
Yeah, but I'm talking about standalone. I'm not talking about their matchups. I'm saying the Eagles have a better offensive line, which means I think they're going to bully the Detroit defense or the Green Bay defensive line. And I think the Eagles have a better defensive line, and they're going to bully the Packers offensive line. I think it's going to be a classic out physical you, out talent you. We're just going to be too much for them. And I don't think the Packers are going to be able to hang.
I don't know. They're not going to out physical Zach Tom, and nobody knows who Zach Tom is, but they're not going to out physical him.
I know Zach Tom. He's a solid right tackle. I don't think he's better than Lane Johnson.
What does that matter? I don't. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, yeah, Lane it might be the best right tackle. I would argue Penei Sewell. I would put him at number 2. Zach Tom might be number 3. He might be number 4. Brian O'Neill. I'm saying they're not going to out physical Zach Tom.
I got you. You're saying like the Eagles, the edge rush. You're right, probably about that. By the way, Nolan Smith's not particularly a big dominant force. He's a speedy edge rusher, but
Eagles' offensive line is better than everybody's offensive line. They're the MVP of this team. I say it all the time. It's not the quarterback. It's not the running back. It's not the receivers. It's not Vic Fangio. It's the offensive line. So I'm always going to give the Eagles the advantage with the offensive line. But this whole nonsense, and the same thing with Detroit. They're more physical. I'm more physical. Football's a physical game. I'm not trying to say that. Everybody's got physical guys. Individual matchups. What the Eagles have and the Lions have and everybody else is really good is talented players, good players. And the Eagles have a ton of good players. Green Bay's got a lot of good players. And, again, only team in football. Top 5 offense, top 5 defense. And people are acting like, fucking baggers. I'm like, I'm picking the Eagles to win the game. I'm telling people early. But it ain't going to be easy. It ain't gonna be
I don't think it's going to be easy. It's playoff football. I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, I do think the Eagles are a more talented team, and sometimes that's enough to just win a game, John. I just think the Eagles are more talented.
Well, that's how they win most games.
Yeah,
they're more talented than most people.
Yeah,
they're less more talented than Green Bay than most teams, if that makes sense. Their talent is better. It's not significantly as better as it usually is. And that's why I said of all the teams, this is the least team I would like to play in the first round. I said that weeks ago. I say it today. I'll say it tomorrow. I'll say it after the Eagles beat them, if they beat them. This is the worst team of the options they could have played.
We will see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to a big wild card weekend. John, what's up with that? They dropped the name Super Wild Card Weekend. They liked it for like a couple of years.
I didn't like it, so I'm glad.
I think Sal made a good point last night on the show. He's like, they might have thought it conflated with the word Super Bowl. I don't know. Who knows why they got rid of it, but they got
super. Rid of it. I think of Wild E. Coyote. Super genius.
All right, let's get to our commercial break. We have Thomas Mott coming up. John's going to be pouring water, putting out the Eagle Glaze coming up, baby. We got a lot of people that are hyped about.
There's a lot of Eagles Glaze going on. I just gotta bring it back to reality. This is not a bad football team.
No, I'm not saying that though. All right, let's get to our commercial break. We'll have Thomas Mott coming up next. Looking forward to talking to Thomas. I want to thank everybody in the chat today. Got a big crowd in here, up over 600 on YouTube and over 1,000 total. So big thanks to everybody watching the show. Don't forget to hit that like button for us. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. It's playoff time, everybody. Do or die football. Nothing like it. So we will see how this game plays out this weekend. Before I get to our break, let me tell you guys about the great people at BetUS. Go and check out BetUS at betus.com.pa and use the promo code YouTube150. Gives you 150% sign-up bonus on your very first deposit, and you get 125% on your second and third deposit, all up to $2,000. So deposit less and bet with more at BetUS. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. We'll be back in 3 minutes, everybody, with Thomas Mott on Birds 365.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome back in, everybody, to a Thursday edition of Birds 365 here on JAKIB Sports. Joined now by Thomas Mott from the host of the Thomas Mott Show. Thomas, welcome to the show, man. How you doing in this Thursday morning? It's wild card week, Thomas.
Wild card week. Playoffs snuck up on us, right? I mean, geez, it's been 18 weeks, and yet we're here, and we have one game to win and hopefully advance. So we'll find out.
Yeah, it hasn't snuck up on me, Thomas. And in fact, it's waiting too long. I got to get here. I got to get to this game, especially after that Week 18 game. Boy, that was tough to get through. But the playoffs are here. Very good Eagles team, 14 wins. I think, defensively, unbelievable story. I don't think any of us pictured this defense being as good as it ended up being. Offensively, still very good, a little bit different than we all expected. What are your feelings about this team heading into face the Green Bay Packers?
I think you basically nailed it, right? I mean, the defense is the biggest surprise of the past 5 years going into a Philadelphia Eagles season. Did any of us think we'd have a top 2, basically number 1 defense all season long? I remember saying on my show all off season that if we have a top 15 defense, I think the Eagles can be pretty good this year. And instead,
that's right where I was, Thomas.
It's crazy, right? Yeah, the 13th ranked overall defense, we all would have been like, Vic Fangio has completely changed everything. This is crazy. And instead, you have an incredible defensive line that's basically not missed a step, even though they lost all the guys last year, including Fletcher Cox. Easily the best linebacker group maybe my entire lifetime. I'm 28 years old. It's as easy the best that I can remember. And then a secondary that's leagues better than we've seen in a very long time. So I agree there, John. Obviously, the defense is playing well. I think the offense is gearing up for a really big game. I think the whole Jalen Hurts drama over the past couple of weeks has been not blown out of proportion, but
it's been blown out of proportion.
Well, it has been, in the fact that he can't get clear of concussion protocol until he actually practiced on Wednesday and then sleeps one night, feels good the next day. Like, he'll be fine today. But I think a lot of people are talking about rust right now for Jalen Hurts in this offense. And rust is such a lame term, guys, because there are plenty of teams that have a bye week, have no rust, and it's like, boy, I bet that bye week was great. They got rested. It's fantastic. And there are some teams that have a bye week and then look rusty. And it's like, oh, the bye week is the worst thing ever. This Philadelphia Eagles team, I think, is built to not have any sort of rust because, Saquon Barkley on the offensive line. Even if it takes Jalen Hurts a quarter to get the rust off of him or shake the rust off, they can run the football 10 times in the first quarter. Saquon can break a couple for 20, 25 yards, and the offense is going to hum, get in a field goal range, go up 3-0, or maybe even score in the red zone. So I feel confident. I don't know if I'm too confident, overly confident for this game, but the Eagles, to me, match up very well with the Green Bay Packers, and I think they're going to hang 30 on them on Sunday.
Wow, 30 is a big number, Thomas. And I'm going to push back on you on one thing, all right? And I've been saying this to everybody, Thomas, and you'll be able to resonate with this example. If you didn't do an episode of the Thomas Mott Show for 3 weeks, are you telling me you'd step back into the chair and you would sound as good as you did 3 weeks ago and you'd edit it as good as you did? I mean, come on, 3 weeks off is a long time, Thomas.
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's going to be a big issue, but I'm saying I think there could be something to watch there, and it might change how the Eagles come into the game approach it game plan wise? And you said it, maybe rely on Saquon early.
I think it all depends on what Jalen Hurts has actually been doing the past couple of weeks, right? I think a lot of people hear concussion protocol and they think that he's just in a dark closet somewhere, with glasses on, barely moving and just trying to sleep through this whole thing. It's like, and I thought that there was a really great report, I forget who it was, a couple of days ago, where they run into Jalen Hurts in the hallway, and it's like normal Jalen Hurts, the NovaCare complex. He's got a smoothies, chat with Kenny Pickett. He's been doing everything that a starting quarterback can and is allowed to do, minus the on-the-field stuff. And so if there's rust there, maybe, but I go back to 2022 when he has the shoulder injury versus the Chicago Bears. He plays in that Giants game, which was okay, but Philadelphia as a whole wasn't really, humming on all cylinders because they had Gardner Minshew in for the past couple of weeks. He plays one game in 34 days. They have a bye week with extra time off, and then he just lights up the New York Giants. I mean, literally, that was the best Jalen Hurts playoff game until the Super Bowl. He was much worse in the 49er win in the NFC title game than he was against the Giants in the divisional round. So, again, rust, like what is it actually going to mean? Will it manifest in the first quarter? Will it take a drive or two drives or a completion to get things going? I don't know. I'm just not that worried about it.
I'm with you on the rust talk. I mean, one of the things that amuses me is this team hasn't started well all year anyway.
Yeah.
That's been one of the issues. Now, it started to get solved with the Pittsburgh game, and unfortunately, Jalen got injured early in the Washington game. But they were playing well early in that game as well offensively. So it seemed like they were turning the corner, and that got chopped off at the knees when it came to starts. So you might have a bad start, but that's been typical of the Eagles all year.
Sure.
So I would argue that point. One of the issues I have with Kellen Moore, and I think these two teams are eerily similar offensively, because I have the same problem with Matt LaFleur. These guys should know. Kellen was a big-time quarterback, for those who don't know, in college, set records. Quarterbacks got to get in a rhythm. You hear Tom Brady say it all the time. Got to get in a rhythm. The Eagles don't try to get Jalen Hurts in a rhythm early in games. It doesn't seem that way. Same thing with the Packers and Jordan Love. And both of it, I think, is the unintended consequence of great running games. I want to get the quarterback in a rhythm early as possible. Agree or disagree?
I agree, and I think that the Steeler game is, like you mentioned, a great example. They threw all over the Steelers on that opening drive, and I do think it matters what the defense is trying to do. You mentioned the product of a great running game. It's 100% accurate. I mean, the fact you have Saquon Barkley and the fact that he can go for 60 yards like early in the Washington Commander game is a reason why they try to establish the run. That way they can hit on those deep shots to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith later on in football games. I think you could see something similar on Sunday. It very clearly has been through the course of a Nick Sirianni head coach and really Kellen Moore offensive coordinator season, when you expect Philadelphia to come out and run like I did against the Steelers, like they're barely going to throw against this defense. They've got to hammer the football on the ground. They threw it like 6 times on the opening drive, and they went right down the field. And so maybe you have a scenario where Jalen Hurts could be rusty, right, is the thought process for the Green Bay Packers. Let's just load the box and be worried about Saquon Barkley, and then they throw over the top and, hit a bunch of passes Dallas Goedert and A.J. Brown and go right down the field and score. Either way, I just don't think you need that many throws to get Jalen Hurts in rhythm based on how the offense's overall scheme. Because if they can run successfully, which they normally do, and the Green Bay Packers are not this all-world great run-stopping defense like Baltimore was when you were going into the Baltimore game, or Pittsburgh was, a couple of weeks later. It's a pretty average run defense, in my opinion. I don't think that they're that fantastic. And so if you can hit on Saquon Barkley, getting a 10-yard run here, a 15-yard run there, and then a little Goddard slant route for 10 yards and just work your way methodically down the field and score. If the Birds go up 7-0, they might not give the lead back just because of how impressive the defense have been. So rhythm is important. I think it obviously is important for every NFL quarterback and every NFL team, and every team tries to do it in their own unique ways. But because of Saquon Barkley on the offensive line, Jalen Hurts can start 0 for 5 or 2 for 7, and they could still be up 7-0 because the 2 passes are a deep one to A.J. Brown and a touchdown to Dallas Goedert, and in between those passes are runs that are very successful for Saquon Barkley.
Thomas, how do you evaluate this Packer team coming in? I mean, we were between the Packers and the Commanders in the playoffs. I earlier said I'd rather play the Commanders because of the young quarterback, right? I think Vic Fangio's got the edge. But now that I'm looking at this game and now that it's here, I like the matchup. I don't think the Packers are playing their best football right now. John tells me I'm overlooking them a little bit. I think they're a good team. I don't think they compare to the Eagles from a talent perspective enough to win the football game. How do you view the Packers coming into this game from a team perspective as a whole?
I was opposite of you about a week ago. I wanted Green Bay over Washington because of the mobile quarterback factor. I think that's been the one semi-struggle, and it's not a full struggle because they handled Lamar Jackson pretty well. But I think the last time you played the Commanders, you saw Jaden Daniels at 4th and 11 was kind of an issue. And so I'd rather face the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, for me, overall, are the exact same football team we saw week 1 minus Christian Watson, right? We talk about Philadelphia post-bye, and they're this completely different defense and a completely different offense, and they look nothing like what Green Bay saw down there in Brazil in week 1. It's the exact same Packer football team. They love to run the football with Josh Jacobs. They did a good job of that in the first game, and they like to find Jalen Reed and obviously before Christian Watson over the top. Those are their 3 main weapons, and of course Tucker Kraft under the middle. I'm just not that scared of them because of Jordan Love, and I don't want to undersell Jordan Love and pretend like Jordan Love is some 21st ranked quarterback in the NFL. He's very good. I think he will be very good over the course of his career. But where the Packers are right now today versus where they were at this exact point last season as a wildcard team preparing to go to the NFC champs in Dallas, completely different. They were red hot. The Packer offense was red hot going against the Dallas Cowboys. You could feel that upset coming. Packer offense is not red hot. I mean, just this past week, even when Jordan Love was in there pre-injury, they weren't moving the football that well against the Chicago Bears, who are, as we know, a complete dumpster fire franchise, especially this season. And now there's our massive question marks around Jordan Love. I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet. Yeah. Jordan Love obviously has an elbow injury. He clearly lost full feeling in that arm for some duration of time in that Bears loss. And then yesterday, at practice, as John knows, when he watches the Philadelphia Eagles at practice during the week, you get to watch them warm up. You know, Jalen will do some throws, they'll do some handoffs, single individual drills, and then they cut things off for the media. Same thing for the Packers. And yet yesterday, they hid Jordan Love throwing at all from the Packer media. No Packer media member was allowed to watch Jordan Love throw, which is either some weird 4D chess and they're trying to pretend like he's more hurt than he is, or it is what it is, and he has no ability to throw or some lessened ability to throw right now, and he's not 100%. So I think it's being grossly overlooked by everyone in terms of Jordan Love's health. Can he get healthy by Sunday? Sure. But it's very odd, John. I think you would agree, not allowing him to throw in front of the media on a Wednesday before a wild card playoff game.
I agree.
No, it's very strange. And, you know, I go through the same. I think it's very strange what the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts with this concussion protocol. I think it's ridiculous. But these teams believe they're in high-level CIA subterfuge.
Seems that way.
You know, it's ironic because they did hide him from the media, as you mentioned. He also talked.
He did talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very short. It was like, are you okay?
Very short,
like, yeah. Are you going
to
throw? I
numbness,
hope so.
Yeah. I got the transcript. It's numbness go on your hand. Yep. How soon after the game ended? Pretty much by the next day, I was pretty much feeling back to normal the next morning. Grip on the ball felt fine. Yep. Funny bone. Yeah. Nothing funny about it. No, definitely not. It was like AJ after the passing press conference. So yeah, if he's hurt, that's huge. I mean, if he's hurt, the Packers have no chance,
right?
Because Malik Willis is just so limited. But I will say this: if he is healthy, and if it was just a funny bone, and here's the number that scares me because it makes sense. If I'm an Eagles fan, it doesn't scare me, but the Eagles are. What is it, Zander? 31st in pass attempts in the NFL. They're 29th in passing yards. Makes sense. They don't throw it that much. They're at the bottom of the league. The Packers are 30th in pass attempts because all they do is run the ball to, I think, their detriment. Not that Josh Jacobs is not a good player. And they are 12th in passing. 30th in pass attempts, 12th in passing. I think the Eagles are a better team. I think they're probably going to win the game, but boy, I think people are understating this Packers team. When they get going, it could be a problem. and they have so many different weapons. And I think that's another part of it. They don't have the superstars like the Eagles have the superstars,
Right?
But they got like 5 guys that can make plays, and they spread the football around. And they got even Luke Musgrave has been hurt all year. He's back. Tucker Kraft is a great tight end. They got Bo Melton. He's got a better 40 time than Christian Watson. I don't think anybody knows that. And he's a local kid from South Jersey. Yeah. Of all the teams in the playoffs to get in the first round, this is the most dangerous team. Doesn't mean the Eagles shouldn't win. They should win. They're the better team. But if they get hot, like Dallas saw last year, hold on to your hats.
It's possible. I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't know if I'd go with most dangerous. I think Philadelphia's had a heck of a time with Tampa. If Tampa was somehow a wild card team, I'd be terrified of Tampa coming to Philadelphia. I do think that there's something to Jaden Daniels' running ability that definitely scares me, and I would definitely take the Commander weapons in Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson Jr. over, and Zach Ertz, over what the Packers currently have minus Christian Watson. And the Vikings are a massive question mark because you're either going to get seeing Sam Darnold, or you're going to get for comeback player of the year Sam Darnold.
Yeah, right. No in between there, Thomas.
There's no in between. We have no clue what version of Sam Darnold we're going to get on Monday night versus the Rams. I think Philadelphia, though, they match up so well against the Green Bay Packers, and I think Cooper DeJean is a massive, massive indicator of extreme importance for Philadelphia because Jalen Reed was the X factor in that game. They ran the ball week one, well with Josh Jacobs. Didn't have a crazy Josh Jacobs game, but he ran the football very well. And Jalen Reed was their leading receiver. I mean, he got all these different slant routes, and he got obviously the touchdown, and then the run, the end around. I mean, he was going crazy on the Eagle defense, and Avonte Maddox obviously had no answer for him. And since Cooper DeJean has taken over, as you guys know, the Eagles secondary has gone from really good corners, really good safeties. Now they're elite. They're an elite secondary right now with Cooper DeJean, with the one exception being, which he told Anthony DeBona, who I think everyone should follow on Eagles Twitter. DeBona's fantastic. Told DeBona last week in the Eagles locker room, minus that 1 week versus I'm blanking on him right now. The Panther receiver. What's his name? Help me out here.
The guy dropped
Adam
the ball.
Thielen.
Thank you. I was like, goodness gracious, I can't think of the name.
I thought you were talking about Xavier Leggett.
No. I'm thinking of Thielen. Because Thielen,
who took him to school,
I mean, ate his lunch.
Oh yeah,
right?
Since
then, much better. DeJean in there for this game, guys. He's going to be the one in the slot working on Reed. If they take out Jalen Reed, then who are the Packers going to throw the football to? Is it Tucker Kraft going to have a 100-yard game? Josh Jacobs, I guess, running the football, but you think Fangio probably has some ideas to keep that box tight and make sure that they force Jordan Love and whatever percent his elbow and funny bone is to throw the football to victory.
Yeah. Well, the funny bone, but that's where I differ. I mean, people really don't, I think, get like Dobbs and Wicks. I mean, Wicks in the opener dropped like 3 passes. Like if he catches those passes, I mean,
that's kind of how Wicks has been though throughout his career, right? He's like has all this, especially this year, all this potential, and yet it's like, when's he going to put it together for a 7-catch, 150-yard game?
Yeah, but he usually doesn't drop 3 in one game. Like if you're counting on that,
sure,
it's the same thing as Leggett dropped the football. If you're counting on that to happen, it might happen. Great if it does happen, but it's probably not going to happen again. So I to be honest, I don't take much from week 1 on either side because of the field. And both teams, that's where I said the Packers have changed dramatically, just like the Eagles. That in fact, they're eerily similar to the point where they both gave their quarterback $50 million and scaled back so they wouldn't turn it over, which has worked. They haven't turned it over, I think, 6 or 7 games. Jordan Love hasn't thrown an interception in about 6 games. But they've become less explosive, relying on the running game. They traded Preston Smith. They're playing a bunch of different guys on the edge. Edgerrin Cooper barely played in that first game. Now he's been one of the best rookies. They've morphed a lot defensively. Don't have Jair Alexander, but they haven't had him for a while. They got the playmaker. In fact, here's my take, Thomas. Whoever of the playmakers makes the big play is going to win this game. Xavier McKinney versus C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
There you go. Okay.
Whoever makes the big interception is going to win this game.
Okay.
One score game. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. I mean, listen, McKinney's been great. I think Howie, I don't know if he regrets, not getting him because Gardner Johnson has really come on the past, 2.5 months, but McKinney has been fantastic for the Packers.
Yeah.
I do think that it is a little different in terms of, the Packers have changed since week 1, but the core of their football team is about what we saw in week 1, right? It's a good defense, not an elite defense, and it's a run-first offense that has a lot of intriguing pieces on the outside, but no real superstar takeover football game sort of threat. Whereas Philadelphia's defense went from what we were hoping would be a top 15 defense to being the best. And they also have the elite running back, who I think Saquon is leagues better than Josh Jacobs. I think it is a big difference for Josh Jacobs has been great. Saquon's been, way, way better overall, way more dominant, especially in the second half. And they have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside. And so as we get into the second half of this football game, if Philadelphia can hit 1 or 2 deep shots and get those safeties to start backing up a little bit in fear of getting beat again by A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, we're going to see exactly what happened in that Rams Sunday Night Football game where it's kind of close. There's some odd turnovers happening in the first half, and then Saquon pops a 60-yarder. And then it's, suddenly a 10-point game. And then the Eagles run the football almost every single snap in the fourth quarter. Saquon pops another 50-yarder, and this thing's over. It's 31-17.
So
I'm confident, John. I'm very confident.
How many yards do we got for Saquon?
Yeah. I got a lot. Over 120. Over 120.
I'll be giving away a jersey. I'll be giving away a jersey if we go over 125.
Saquon ran for 255 against the Rams. Yes, if he runs for 255 again, the Eagles are going to win this game easily. The Rams are the most undersized, you talk about a matchup. Zander can tell you. I was talking about that matchup that entire week. I go, they're going to beat the living crap out of this front. People are all excited about Braden Fisk and Jared Verse. The Eagles' offensive line is just going to move them out like they're not there. That's not the Packers. Come on. I guarantee one thing right here. Saquon Barkley does not run for 255.
Okay, well, that's not a hot take, I would say. I think he could be 150. I think
he might get to 150 because all you need is the one.
Sure.
Yeah, Saquon's a home run hitter.
Sure.
So all you need is the 175. You're on run and you're halfway there. What are they in run defense overall? Packers.
I think they're 7 or 6 or somewhere. I'll give you the number.
I think they're top 10.
They're definitely top 10. Run
so
defense,
was Baltimore.
Packers are 7 at 99.4 yards a game.
So was the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers was supposed to be this insane matchup where the Eagle offensive line was not going to be able to move the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And
that's true.
The Eagles can run on anybody.
It was different. I think that they can.
They've taken that back to the days of, since Nick got here. They believe they could run on anybody. They can run on anybody. But there's a big difference between the Rams game and an average. They're going to run for 150 on everybody. But, it's like I always compare it to the NBA score analogy. Your goal is to make them work for it.
Sure.
But, yeah, they're going to be able to run the football on everybody. But, yeah, that's the only kind of stuff I'm pushing. They ain't the LA Rams. They don't have undersized guys up front who are going to get pushed all around. They're a good team. And I think a lot of people in Philadelphia are sleeping on this team.
I think they're a good team. I think that they're a good team. I think that we're underestimating how great of a football team Philadelphia is, which I'm actually curious. John, or I guess both, 2022 team, 2024 team, straight up, which would you rather have if you had to pick?
Well, definitely offensively, I would take the 2022 team. Defensively, defensively, they were just better, more well-rounded. Okay. They were better. I have a problem with how they play right now. I think it's going to bite them in the ass in the end because I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl. I think they're a very good team, but I think that's what's going to bite them. And in the end, Jalen said it himself, sometimes doesn't get you until it gets you is how he described it. When trying to get this passing game back to where it should be. That's why I take I think the 2022 team was a more well-rounded group that could beat you each way. pretty significantly each week. Defensively, it's really close, but this group is better, slightly better. But that group was second in the NFL, and
Sure.
they don't get the credit they deserve because they
had
shit the
all the
bed in the
sacks and
Super
stuff.
Bowl. Yeah, they had 70 sacks, for God's sakes. They had Hassan Reddick. There's no Hassan Reddick type player on this team. So right now I'd have to lean. I always said the best team I ever covered was the 98 Vikings that didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Then it became the 2022 Eagles. That's the best team I ever covered. I still think it's the best team I ever covered.
Okay. Zander, same thing?
I am at 22. I'm gonna go Eagle offense for 22 because I think Jalen Hurts being an MVP player is an ultimate equalizer, right? I mean, look, I like Jalen. I don't think this has been his best year, and I'll take the 22 offense for that, and then I'm going to go 24 defense. So basically, same as John. That's yeah, I'm on the same boat there.
But I think the defense is a lot closer than people realize.
Really?
Yeah, I agree. And I like Fangio better. I think Fangio is going to that experience he has will bode well for him late in the year.
Well, I like Vic better. I love people know I like Jonathan personally, but I like Vic personally. Vic's tremendous. He's been better than advertised, which never happens.
He's fun in those press conferences too. Huh? I love his answers for all of you guys. I think you guys are asking great questions, and he gives you just straight up answers.
You don't have to bullshit with Vic. He's gonna. You can ask him a question. He's going to answer it. But they don't have a Hassan Reddick.
True.
Hassan Reddick had one of the great years in Eagles defensive history. They don't have that player. So that's why I think it's a little bit closer than people realize. Like he wrecked the NFC Championship. Hassan Reddick wrecked the NFC Championship. They don't have that player who can do that.
But as soon as Hassan Reddick wasn't able to get off the ball in a Super Bowl where the field was all messed up, that secondary got absolutely shredded. That's how I kind of, when I asked the question, I lean 2024 overall because I think the Eagles behind the front four are leagues better than the Eagles were behind the front four in 2022. And I think the front four of this team right now is way better than people fully realize. I think Jalen Carter is something that we will not fully appreciate in Philadelphia for maybe another 2 or 3 years. I think that we're at the point where he is obviously an all-pro right now, and Eagle fans are already taking him for granted. I think Jalen Carter is as big
great
as on that football team. I think the front four right now has really started to show up in ways that none of us expected. So
yeah, and I like the linebackers too. Now, Thomas, I'm going to give you a real concern I have as an Eagle fan. All right. And we just talked to Gary Cobb, who played 12 or 13 years in the NFL. And he told the story of a 1983 playoff game where he had Joe Montana and Jerry Rice beat in the final seconds, and their Pro Bowl kicker shanked a 41-yarder, and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice went on, and Gary Cobb went home that day. So I asked him about Jake Elliott, and you can see the agony on his face still 30, 40 years later. How concerned are you about Jake Elliott, man? His worst percentage since 2020. He missed a 39-yarder last week. Doesn't look confident to me. I'm sorry. I watch him when he comes out. Just doesn't look like he has that Jake Elliott swagger that I think you need as a kicker. It's a skill position. It's a hard thing.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Jake Elliott if this game gets into a field goal matchup. What say you?
I think all of us are. And I think that Nick Sirianni proved how worried he was last week because we're a couple fourth downs there, guys, where normally in a game, especially a meaningless game, Nick Sirianni is like, let's go for 4th and 3, whatever. Instead, he trots out Elliott for a 39-yarder. And I immediately went, oh, he's desperately trying to get Elliott's confidence up right here. Like, here you go, 39-yarder. Like, no pressure. This game doesn't matter. Why don't you just hit it, get some momentum rolling, and then he hooked it wide left or wherever. You know, it just went way to the side. So the concern is there, and I think that the hope as Eagle fans is that we don't have a three-point game or a one-score game where Elliott needs to make a 51-yarder to win. I mean, what's the confidence level for us on that? To win the game as time expires, like 30%? I mean, geez.
Can't be good. I mean, over 50, he hasn't made one yet. I think he made a 50-yarder.
It's not been
good. He finally made one from 50.
He's gotten one. But wasn't that in the game 2 weeks ago when they had him do kickoff duties, which is a weird thing to say is the reason that Jake Elliott has struggled, because if it's true, then the Eagles are stupid for not letting him do kickoff duties the entire season. But in that game 2 weeks ago, when he did kickoff duties, he hit all 7 of his kicks. He made both his field goals and all the extra points. And it's like, okay, either, correlation is not causation, or he needs to be doing this to keep the leg warm or to work on the power. I don't know. I'm not a kick specialist, but it's just weird that you saw it happen. And it's like, okay, maybe there's something there. And then they immediately switched to Braden Mann the following week. Although halfway through, they mixed Jake Elliott back in, but he still misses a kick. I think that his confidence is not great. I don't think it's shot. I don't think he's going to go out there and go 0 for 4 on Sunday versus the Packers. But I do think every single Eagle fan will be holding their breath every single time Jake Elliott makes a kick. And don't be surprised, guys. First drive, 4th and 3 from the 21-yard line. They trot out Jake Elliott to try to get him a early confidence booster.
I don't see that. They're going for it in that situation.
They might.
Listen, Dan Campbell would be going for it in Detroit.
Dan Campbell, yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the way, I think that could be a silver lining for the Eagles. Excuse me. I think being more aggressive would only help.
Good.
So if they have less confidence and they don't want to kick the 48-yarder and go for it on 4th and 3, I think that will help.
There you go.
More than it will hurt. Eagles, by the way, move practice again. We'll be practicing at Lincoln Financial Field for those who care. 225 today.
Is that because of the new turf, John? Is that because of the turf?
No, it's because the practice fields at NovaCare are frozen.
Yeah, and they got fresh sod over there at Lincoln Financial, right?
There you go.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Thomas, give me your prediction on this game, man. I asked Gary to give me his prediction for the game and then also give me who comes out of the NFC and the AFC. So I'll do the same thing for you. Give me a prediction for Eagles, Packers, and then who will represent each conference in the Super Bowl this year.
Geez, I wish I had a playoff bracket in front of me so I can make sure that I'm not messing up who could potentially play each other as I pull this up. Obviously, Philadelphia wins this weekend, guys. I as you can tell by the past 25 minutes, I'm very confident in the Eagles. I think this was the matchup that I wanted going into the first round. I didn't want Tampa. I didn't want Washington. Philly 31, Green Bay 21. I think Jordan Love's injury, whether he's better tomorrow or better on Saturday, who knows? I think it's a bigger factor than people realize. And I think Jalen's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder and be like, guys, calm down. We're going to be great. He throws well, and the Eagles win. So give me, obviously, Philly 31-21. I do think the Eagles come out of the NFC. I think it's Eagles-Lions when everything is all said and done. And I think Philadelphia is the one defense that could potentially give Detroit a little bit of trouble. Although if you can get Tampa to somehow go to the, if the Rams win, or not the Rams and the Bucks, but if Tampa could somehow go and play the Detroit Lions, that way they could just beat them down a little bit before facing Philadelphia, it could help. But Eagles, Lions, Eagles come out of there.
Thomas, there's actually no scenario where that could happen. If the Eagles win round 1,
you're right.
And
sorry,
the Bucks
Vikings.
Win,
Vikings go there and beat up on them.
If the Bucks win and the Eagles win, we are playing the Bucks. Inevitably, that will be the division.
By the way, Thomas, it's not, you are way higher on the Bucks than me. I'm like, who cares about the Bucks?
Thomas has that Eagle fan fear in him. I see it. I'm with him. I do not want to face Todd Bowles.
So anyway, Vikings. Let's get someone needs to go beat up on the Lions, guys. Whether I get my playoff bracket correct here, go beat up on the Lions.
Actually, the Vikings defense played pretty well for a long period of time in that game, and then kind of just fell apart because the offense couldn't convert.
Sure.
I just think that's a styles make bites type of thing. Detroit just matches up well. They know how the Vikings play, so they don't get confused. I don't like that matchup. I think the Eagles are going to have to beat the Lions.
Okay,
and they can do it. But
they can do it for sure.
I think that's going to be the crash course for the NFC title game.
We're going to find out. It's going to be fun either way. I think Philadelphia wins this round, and I think that they can handle Tampa, even though I'm scared of them in round 2. AFC side, Buffalo can easily lose this weekend, guys. I think Denver has nothing to lose, and they have the defense, especially with Patrick Surtain, to really mess up what Buffalo likes to do on offense.
I agree. Not a great matchup for Buffalo.
Not a great matchup. If Buffalo wins that game, I take Buffalo to go out of the AFC. If Buffalo loses that game, it's probably going to be Kansas City again. I think Buffalo can beat Kansas City. If Kansas City doesn't have to play Buffalo at all the rest of the playoffs because they lost to Denver, I think it's going to be Kansas City all over again. So right now, I would say Buffalo, Philadelphia. But Denver is the worst possible matchup the Buffalo Bills could have had in the first round, and it's going to be fascinating to watch this weekend.
Great stuff.
All right, I want to hear from an Eagle fan, so I'm sorry, I'm going to sneak one last one in at Real Thomas Mott. If the worst case scenario happens and the Eagles are bounced, one and done,
sure.
Nick Sirianni, You're not going to be one calling for his job or anything of that nature.
Is the score on Sunday close or not close? That's my
Well,
question.
it's not going to be
it depends how it looks.
It's going to be a one-score game.
One-score game.
Xavier McKinney, as I said, makes the play. That type of game. Obviously, if they lose 40-3, yes, everything's on the table. But that's not going to happen.
If they lost double digits, whether it's 10 points, 14, or 21, I think that Nick Sirianni would be on a very hot seat. I would lean towards them keeping him. If it's a one-score game and McKinney tips a pass in the end zone and it's picked and they lose, devastating as that would be, I think that Nick Sirianni stays. I think internally, Nick Sirianni, and again, the whole question was, have the players given up last year? Do the players hate Nick Sirianni? I think this season they've done a really good job, whether they mean it or not, to change the PR around Philadelphia and be like, they love Nick Sirianni. I mean, the amount of guys that go on camera, whether they, again, are being honest or not, and say that Nick Sirianni is awesome, he's so great, we love Nick Sirianni. I think Sirianni stays, and I think part of that has to do with the fact I don't think Kellen Moore gets a head coaching job because there aren't that many, right? Because Vrabel's going to take the Patriots, so there's 4, and Fangio's not going anywhere either. So the core around Nick Sirianni that's really, I think, reined him in on all of his antics is going to be there in 2025. So if it's 40-10, I think I'll be calling for a coaching change. If it's close, I think we would expect Nick Sirianni to stay.
Yeah,
I love reined in his antics. I love Thomas reined in his antics.
All right, Thomas,
thanks for joining today, brother. Make sure everybody goes and subscribes to the Thomas Mott Show on YouTube, one of the better Eagles channels out there. Thomas, thanks for joining today, man. We appreciate it. I hope to talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Let's get a win on Sunday.
Yep, let's do it. Good stuff from Thomas Mott joining the show here on Birds 365. Great show today with Gary Cobb and Thomas Mott. Now I'm dealing with a light, John, right in my face. I told you these windows drive me crazy, and they're continuing to drive me crazy. But good show today, Johnny Mac. I thought it was a good one with some good different opinions.
Rein in his antics. The shit that Nick gets, it makes me, it amuses me. Boy, he's high on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm like, that has to be.
You're sleeping on Baker, man. Baker's having a great year.
Baker's having a great year. I'm not sleeping on Baker at all, but I think people are looking at last year and conflating that to this year. And the Eagles didn't have A.J. Brown. They didn't have Reed Blankenship. As I said, they were on a 5 out of 6 game losing streak. They boat race that team right now. Yeah, I'm stunned that people are, and even Washington. I mean, give me Washington for the 15th time over Green Bay. And by the way, that doesn't mean that Green Bay is, again, the Eagles should win the game. They may even win it handily. If Saquon does run for 255 yards, they will win it handily. But of that group, I'm not counting Minnesota because that was never in the equation. I'm saying of the teams that could potentially be in the equation, yeah, by far Green Bay's the one I would least like to see over Washington and Tampa.
All right,
but Tampa would have never been in the equation either because they were going to win the division. But you get the point.
I get it. Johnny Mac, what's the agenda? You mentioned when Thomas was on a little change in the scheduling. What do we got going on in Eagle Land today? What updates can we expect coming out of the NovaCare, I guess, Lincoln Financial Field today?
Just the usual practice. Jalen Hurts will be at practice. He's fine. Then I imagine he'll clear today and speak to us on Friday. So that'll be a bigger Friday than usual from that perspective. But today, and then locker room is later this afternoon after practice. So talking to more players and gearing up for the big game that is evidently going to be very, very easy.
I'm ready to go, Johnny Mac. John, great show today. I want to remind everybody before they get out of here, we got a giveaway today on JAKIB Sports with another jacket. So stay tuned for a little after hours here on Birds 365. We'll be doing a giveaway of the Eagles starter jacket, which I'll show you in just a second. But all right, John, good show today, man. It's getting closer. We'll have a football Friday tomorrow, and we'll give our picks and our predictions on every playoff game tomorrow. And then John, are you watching the college football playoff tonight with Penn State and Notre Dame?
Probably, unless Penn State starts to win early. I can't take the Penn State. It's ironic because
I'm with you on this, man.
I said, a lot of people hate both of these schools because they're both blue bloods, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
There's a lot of Dallas Cowboy-like fans for Notre Dame and that type of thing. But because I'm around so many Penn State people, and I also like Marcus Freeman. I just like him. I don't know him, but he seems like a good dude. But I also like him. So, yeah, I can't stand the Penn State people. So I can't root for Penn State.
I'm with you on this. But we got a hate comment the other day because apparently both of us bashed Penn State, and the guy was like, "How dare you shit on Penn State in this region?"
It's easy to shit on. It's easy to shit on Penn State in this region for that exact reason. Yeah, you're annoying. So Penn State people are annoying.
Yeah, they are. All right, Johnny Mac, great show, man. We'll catch you tomorrow on a Football Friday edition of Birds 365. Thank you, brother.
All right, thanks. Good luck with what is it? Starter jacket. Good luck with the starter
code. Yeah, it's cool.
All right, thanks everybody. Sorry about the Penn State hate. Blame Jeff Kerr.
Fuck him, John. Don't apologize. There you go. There's Johnny Mac. Final thoughts here on Birds 365. Good stuff, man. Love talking to John. Thought our guests were great today. This damn window's driving me nuts, but it can't do anything about it at this point. I don't have my shades yet. Saw somebody chirping, buy some blackout shades. I ordered them, all right? You got to get a custom size for the windows. I mean, what can I do here? It's playoff week, and I'm dealing with lighting issues. I know. I know. I get it. All right. All right, we got the starter jacket giveaway coming. I see my man Jarrell. Jarrell, are you scared, Jarrell? What's the matter? You can't take Johnny Mac giving you some truth about the Eagles? Come on, Jarrell. Good to see you in here, brother. You know we miss you in the chat. I got 2 super chats I'm going to get to. Suo checked in. Yo, what's up, guys? Suo, what's up, my man? Appreciate you, brother. Brian Pumper checked in. He says, Eagles' run defense has been slipping and our QB is suspect at best. I'm sorry, fellas. This is a recipe for disaster. This feels like an uphill climb. I don't know, Pump. I think we match up good with this team, man. When Jaden Reed torched us in – let me move over here. When Jaden Reed torched us in week 1, he did it on Avonte Maddox, all right? He did it on Avonte Maddox. All right. He did it on Avonte Maddox. And now you have Cooper DeJean back there who's been playing like one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL, one of the best slot cornerbacks in the NFL. And without Christian Watson, how are they going to move the ball? Like Vic Fangio can, without the deep threat of Watson, I think they can condense the defense down, take away some of that underneath stuff, take away the middle game. I think Tucker Kraft is an interesting guy to watch for this game. Like if you can get him lined up on Nakobe Dean, they could have something working there. But I don't know, man. I mean, they don't have the back that catches the ball out of the backfield like they did last year. That would be a favorable matchup. Obviously, Aaron Jones against our linebackers, but they don't have that anymore. They're between the tackle running game, and Jordan Love is as streaky as it gets. And by the way, I agree with Thomas Mott about the injury. I said that to John in the open of the show. I'm like, this is a weird injury for Jordan Love. Now they're not letting him watch. Now they're not letting Packer media watch. It's an elbow hand injury. It's nerve damage. We don't know what's going on with it. So I think it's an interesting factor there with Jordan Love's injury. But I like the matchup, man. I think the Eagles are just a much better team than this team, and I think they're playing better right now. I'm sorry, Pump. I love you, brother. I don't agree. Nick Marchetti checks in. He says Cooper DeJean might make All-Pro. I don't think he will because he missed those first couple of games. And Marchetti, there is an element of like politics involved in it where you got to earn your stripes in the NFL. And I don't think he'll be there yet. But and the other thing is, Marchetti, I think they just take 3 corners. They might not even take a slot. They might just take 3 corners. And if that's the case, then he's definitely not going to get it. But we will see. David checks in. He says, love the podcast, Zander. Go Birds. Thank you, David. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. SMD says you're a snowflake if you don't agree. Uh-oh, SMD. Who you hating on now? Huh? Big C, Malik Willis versus Jalen Hurts, Big Z. Is that what you think that's coming? I don't think that's coming. I think Jordan Love's going to play. I just wonder how effective he's going to be in the air. You know? I wonder how effective he's going to be in the air. But if Malik Willis is in there, we're going to blow this team out. All right, everybody. Let me show you guys the jacket. My man Bombay. Bombay, nice post, bro. He just posted up on X his the jersey he got. Or not the jersey, the jacket he got. I got 2 of them. That's what I'm giving away today. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is, everybody. Check it out. Eagles starter coat. Authentic starter jacket. You got the tag on it. All right, it's brand new. Got the Eagles on the back. And this is a size large. All right. This is a size large. So get your memberships in, and I'm going to give this sucker away right now on JAKIB Sports. So we've done a lot of giveaways this year. They've all been fun. I love giving away stuff to the great people of JAKIB Nation. You guys are legendary, all right? I love you guys. And for those who were here yesterday watching me on Zander time, yes, it's the Buddy Ryan starter. For those who were here yesterday, I want to thank you guys, all right? Because Xfinity, you know, they heard from Big Z yesterday. I'll tell you what, all right? They decided to shut the internet off. A little reboot. Oh, we had to update your router. I'm like, it's 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. I got work. What are you talking about? So they shut my router off, and I was kicked off the air yesterday when I was about to give away the starter jacket. So we're doing it today. I apologize for getting booted off the air yesterday, and I appreciate all those who stuck with me on the show and who are back today. So I appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Give that jacket a good steam. Well, SMD, it looks wrinkly, but it's one of those jackets, like Bombay, put in the chat what it's like. It's one of those metallic starter jackets. So it's really not wrinkly. It just kind of has that metallic-y look to it, you know? But I guess it is a little wrinkly. You could probably get the wrinkles out. But it's a beautiful jacket. It's a beautiful jacket. You can see there's a picture of me wearing the one that we gave to the veterans at our Krause's coat drive. I put that up on my X account. Actually, I think I posted that on the YouTube community post too. Oh, okay, cool, SMD. Thank you. I'll take a wrinkled starter. All right. You guys are the best, man. All right, let me put it on members only mode. Get rid of some of the grays in here. We got a lot of grays going on, all right? If you're a gray, you're about to get booted. All right, let's give some people that you're out of here. Where are all you grays? Izzy B, you're out of here. Grays matter too. You're right. Grays do matter. I love my grays. You know, I get some people that comment sometimes, and they're like, why do you hate on, you know, your regular viewers and only give love to your members and your super chatters? I'm like, I still love all my viewers. People pay money to support the channel. I'm going to give them an extra thank you. Why is that a big deal? You know, I think people just look for shit to cry about, to be honest with you guys. Who else we got in here that's a gray? Not many grays right now in here. This is good stuff. Are you guys kicking the grays out? Michael Mulvey, you're a gray. It's been worn. No, it hasn't. I tried it on yesterday on stream, though. Shane, you're a gray and you're out of here. K. Cruz, you're a gray and you're out of here. All right, I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to turn on members only mode, and we'll do this giveaway now here on JAKIB Sports. By the way, I love talking to Thomas Mott. He's great, man. His channel's dope. I know some of you guys are like, oh, he's too homery. I love him. I think he's great, man. I think he does a really nice job. It doesn't bother me. Some people are going to be homer, some people aren't. I'm not really a homer. I like the team, obviously, but I'm not afraid to say what I think about him. But he does a really good job. I'm a big fan of Thomas Mott's. All right, here we go. Kenny, that is great. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. I love that. Great stuff, Kenny. Great stuff, Kenny. All right, we had our 2 winners yesterday, by the way. What was the one dude's name that won yesterday? I know Flexion. I'm not talking about you. Who was the one guy that won yesterday? He emailed me. All Cards, that was his name. So he got the W yesterday. And then my man Flex won. I'm going to meet up with Flex this weekend. So I will have the great privilege of meeting the great Flex. All right. I'm looking forward to that. Flex is already my cousin, but I'm gonna meet up with him this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. Is my sun gone now? It is. All right, good. See, the sun moves and then you're good again. All right, let me pull up the member list. There you go. Dirty Air becomes a member. Dirty, I thought you were a member. Maybe you upgraded. It doesn't tell me if you upgraded. It just tells me it's a new member. I think Dirty Air must have upgraded. Let me check. No, you're a new member. Thank you, Dirty Air. Appreciate it, brother. What are you saying, Twiz? Flex said, tuck your chain, Zander. What chain? My cross? Love my cross. I should wear my cross out more. Wear my cross out more. Praise Jesus. All right, here we go. I'm pulling the member list. Oh, I see what you're saying, Twiz. Yeah, Twiz, that shit don't scare me, brother. I've been to every part of our city. Every freaking part of our city. I rock with everybody, man. I'm cool with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. All right, here we go. Let me pull these damn members. James Jones, you're not calling me a dork, are you? You're about to get clapped, dog. You're about to get clapped in the playoffs. Pause, no Diddy. You're about to get destroyed in the playoffs, James Jones. Baker Hayfield's coming. Baker Hayfield, baby. He's coming. He's coming to take your lunch money. He's coming to take your lunch money, dude. You better get ready to rumble, James Jones. Because Baker Mayfield's coming. All right, I got to pull the damn member list. Sorry, it's taking me a while here. You guys are on Zander time, though. You know that. You know that by now. You know this is Zander time, and it will take as long as I need. Hopefully the Xfinity doesn't get rid of my internet again. I got Starlink. All right, this is what I did yesterday, and I didn't do it in time. I wasn't thinking on my head, but I got the Starlink out yesterday, and I booted it up right outside my window, and boom, I had internet. It was great. Starlink's doing great things. They're helping out the fires in California right now. I saw a post about that. So pretty cool. By the way, prayers and shout out to everybody out there in California, man. I hope you all are safe, man. That's crazy what's going on out there. Those things are nuts. Watching some of those are crazy. Some of the footage coming out there is nuts, man. So if you're out there, I know we have a lot of people. California is actually our fourth highest listening audience state-wise. Pennsylvania's first, New Jersey's second, New York is third, and California's fourth. And then Texas is 5. So that's a lot, man. So hopefully all you guys are safe, man. Mad Bird, I know you're out there. Anyone else from Cali, man. I hope you guys are all good out there. How you guys feeling about this playoff game this weekend? I know I asked you yesterday, but the closer we get, I was watching a lot of Packer footage last night, and I don't see it right now. I really don't see it with them. I know you might call me a homer. I really don't care. I do not see it with the Packers, and I see it as a good team. I don't see it with being able to compete with the best of the best. I just don't see it yet. I think we have better matchups than them. I think we match up super well with them, and we have a chance to knock them out, and then we'll have that's when the real fun will freaking begin with the Bucks. Potentially, if they knock off the communist. All right, you guys ready to go? You ready to go here? Here we go. This is our list of names, all right? This is our list of names. It makes Big Z a little bigger here, all right? This is our list of names here. Dirty Air, our new member, is in. Devin, what's going on, Devin? Good to see you, my man. All right. Sig Lord, you're in North. Nice. You need some prayers? I'll give you some prayers. Bob Brown, what's up, Bob? What's up, Bob? BTA, belt to ass. I like that. I like that. No limit. My guy, no limit. Yo, no limit. You didn't show up on the post game. I was pissed. Big season, Callie. Big C. Hope you're all right, man. Stay safe out there. Mad Bird, did you have to get out of your home or what, man? No way. Coloco, did it really? Oh no, I think you're kidding. I think you're kidding. If you're not, man, I'm praying for you. I hope everything's all good. Am I in there? I'll search it, Justo. Give me a second. All my great cousins are in the chat. Coloca, I got you. I saw your post after that you were kidding. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Who wanted me to search? Who wanted me to search? Justo. Justo, there you are, Justo. Boom. Pile driver wants me to search. Pile, I got to DM you. I'm going to DM you, dude. I am not happy about that, by the way. Fanatics is a terrible company. And my guy who's been getting me my jerseys that are way nicer and faster and better than Fanatics, he doesn't have Brandon Graham, so I haven't been able to get one from him. Halpin says, today is my day. I like that. I like that, Halpin. And now if you win, they are going to blame me for some collusion. Some collusion. Who else wanted me to look for? Die Hard Football. There you are, Die Hard. Thanks for being a member, my friend. I appreciate it. John Glisson, good to see you, bro. Hey, John, did you get your package? You should have gotten your package that I sent you. You should have gotten that. I hope you did get it. Everybody seemed to get it yesterday. My guy Clary Voy got his Saquon jersey. Bombay Trippy got his jacket. So I think everybody that's gotten the giveaway has gotten it, except for Brian Pumper, who won't email me back. So Brian, email me back. I think Brian doesn't want to give up his anonymity or whatever the hell. Anonymity? How do you say that? When Brian Pumper wins, the good guys win. All right, Pump, you know I love you. I don't care who shits on you in the chat. You're my man. You're my brother. All right, let's do this. You ready to rock, people? Anybody else need anonymity? Anonymity. It's a weird word. It's just a weird word, Slagger. It's an odd word. All right, here we go. We got one winner. We got the starter jacket. All right, the starter jacket. Boom, it's a large. It's a large. All right, now here's the caveat, okay? The one caveat is if you win and you're not going to wear it because the size is wrong or something. Brian, I did not get an email from you. Let me check. I'll check right now, dude. Where are you at, Pumper? Oh, you did email me back. That is my mistake, bro. Oh, shit. All right. Pumper, I got you. Pump. That's my bad, dude. Okay, John, you got yours in a nice card. Yeah, I wrote you a card. No, Pumper's good. He's good. My bad, Pump. Pump, that is my bad, bro. I was looking for it, too. I don't know how I missed it. I normally never miss an email. I never miss an email. All right, here we go. All right, here's the caveat. If you're not going to wear the jacket because it doesn't fit or whatever, please tell me. Like, the idea is to send you something that you're going to use, right? Like, I spent money on this stuff. I want you guys to wear it. I don't want it to go to a freaking closet and collect dust. So if large doesn't fit, I got other stuff. I got other stuff in different sizes. I can go and get you something different. Like, just tell me, be open with me, and I'll make it happen for you. If you win and you're here, I'm going to give you something good. Don't worry. I will take care of you. If you win. All right. It's a large, Big C. This one, the last one I sent out was an XL. This one is a large. Okay. This is a large. This is a large. Elijah, if you win, you need 5X. I have a way to get a 4X jersey. I don't really have anything else in 4X. Okay. I don't really have anything else. I have a 4X jersey, not with me, but my guy can get me one. So, Zeal, you too. Yeah. A lot of people need, it does fit big. Yeah. Bombay said he needed a little bigger, but it should fit you. Suo Blaze says he's 2X. Suplex. That's rude. James Jones checks in. Zander, remember, it all started for JD in Tampa. Now we need to finish it. We can't open our kitchen until boil water effect is lifted in Richmond, Virginia. Why? What's going on there? They're not letting you use a gas stove? Is that what's going on? The hell's going on there, James? What do you mean? Yeah, we need to get, guys, James Jones spends too much time talking Eagles. He needs some Eagle merch. He needs some Eagle merch. All my 4X people, I'll find something, man. I'll find something for you. All right? I'll find something for you. Don't let Flexen hear that. He will criticize. Flexen criticized me for being a large. I'm like, Flex, I'm like 5'11". I'm not fat. All right, Flex? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, Flex. All right, here we go. Done with the games. We're done with the games. One winner. All right, 3 shuffles. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. The rules are you must be present to win. If you are selected and you're not here, you're out of here. All right? You must be present to win. You must be present to win. Okay? Here we go. I know you were Flex. Flex, when are you not messing with somebody? That's why I love you, Flex. Unless Z loves you, correct. But Brandon, don't you got to give the full story. If I love you, I'll put it aside for you, but then I will do another giveaway for the people who are present. All right? Got to give the full story. And Flexen showed up out of the woodwork yesterday. That was iconic. All right, here we go. Ready? Boom. Come on. Come on. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anthony Stevens. Anthony, are you out here? Anthony, are you out here? I don't know the name, Anthony Stevens. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. Next. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Not here. Nope. Stop it. Get him out of here. Who? You guys are hilarious. Wish you could pick when you gift members. Yeah, I agree, Devin. We got a lot of randos, because James, I blame James Carver. James, if you're listening, I love you, man. I love you. I really do. He gifted 100 members, and, I don't know all of them because he just gives it to random members. Anthony Stevens, are you here? Get him out of here. Anthony Stevens Krause. I do love the name Anthony. My cousin's name is Anthony. My real cousin. You guys are my cousins too, though. See what I did there? All right, he's gone. See you, dude. Anthony Stevens, I'm sorry. Yo, Akbar was messaging me yesterday. He was pissed. Akbar was like, yo, man, I won, and you didn't fucking hold it for me. I'm like, shit, Akbar. I'm sorry, dog. I am sorry, big brother. Akbar's an OG. I got to do something for him. Coloco, I'll search you, dude. There you are. See it? Hoping that's a good comment. Coloco, it's right here. Quit crying, Coloco. 3 shuffles. Ready? 1 shuffle. There's the nuts. Cody's nuts. 2 shuffles. There's Cody K, my boy. 3 shuffles. Ready? Fire. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Josh B. Josh, are you out here? Josh B, are you here? Josh B, are you here? Josh B is in the chat often. You guys think I don't know Josh B. I know Josh B. There he is. I knew it. Josh, see, I knew. You don't have like a name that stands out like a Flexen and Step In or something like that. I knew you were here, Josh. Josh Krause, his new name is. There he is. All right, Josh, now hit me with the truth. Will a large starter jacket work for you, Josh B? Josh B, will a large starter jacket work for you? I saw you type, what up, Zander? I can't win with you guys, man. I swear. Give him the socks. I don't got socks. Oh, man, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. He's not a gray. Congrats. No, you can't. A medium would be better. All right, I'd rather it be too big than too small. All right, Josh B. I feel like this is going to work. And Flex took the medium Saquon jersey, or else I would have offered you that. I feel like this is going to work. How tall are you, Josh? How tall are you? How tall are you? I'm like 5'10". I like to give myself the extra push and say I'm closer to 5'11". See it on me? See it on Big Z? I think it's going to work for you, Josh. Okay, it's going to be good for you, Josh. You're 5'11". It's going to work. It's not like a super... Damn, this coat is fly, guys. Are you kidding me? Josh B., you are our winner today, my friend. Congratulations. Congratulations, Josh. I will send out your gift probably tomorrow. All right. All right. Our winner is in here. Josh B. I don't want to hear too much more hate from you, all right, my guy? All right, my dude. I think you're one of our haters. Are you, Josh B? Be honest. Are you one of our haters? I feel like you are. I know somebody in here that's named Josh is a hater. Straight out the JAKIB studio. I like that, Keith. You know it. You know it's coming out of the JAKIB studio. Josh B, how can I connect with you, by the way? How can I connect with you, Josh? No, you're not. Okay, cool. Josh, how can I connect with you, big dog? How can I connect with you? You want to email me, or do you have X account, or what? Send a carrier pigeon. JB says, did you give away? Is that X, Josh? There you go. Let me follow you. Josh, do you follow me on X? You do. Oh, nice. I think we've messaged each other, haven't we? Yeah. Yes, you comment on my tweets a lot. Okay, now I like that. I like when a winner who's engaged gets engaged with the content gets one. Josh, I got you, bro. There he is. The legend, Josh Bernard. Zander, that was too fast. Yeah, you guys are used to Zander time now, aren't you? You guys are used to Zander time. Josh, I think this jacket's going to be great on you, by the way. I think this jacket's going to fit you perfectly. Yo, no limit. I got to make that, dude. I forgot to make the post yesterday. My license says 5'11". I say 6 foot. I like that. That's good. That's good. All right, Josh B. Congrats, man. Congrats on your win. I love it. Big C says, do another giveaway. If I get a couple members, Any members? Any new members? I mean, Big C, how many likes do we got? You know, we had a big show today. A lot of people on the show today. A lot of people on the show today. 214, still 400 plus in here. JB, I do have it still. I didn't give it away yet. You like the black one? I was talking to the dude. I was gonna give it back to him and get a Kelly Green one. You like the oh, we got some members being gifted. Prince is a member. WCB. All right, these are good member gifts. I like these ones. All right, we got 11 new members. We might have to run it back. Wow, Ryan, congrats, my man. Congratulations. Come on, Z. I just found out I'm going to be a girl dad. I need something. My brother is due in May, his first child, Ryan, and he's having a girl as well. And I will be her godfather. And I'm very excited for that. I have 3 godkids already. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty dope. 3 godchildren for Big Z. And many more to come because I got 4 siblings. Three of them haven't started yet. Only one of them has kids. And Joseph, I just mentioned my brother, has his first on the way. So we still got a lot more kids coming in the family. And I'm going to have a lot of godkids. Awesome. Pile Driver just became a girl dad. Love it. Love it, Ryan. Congratulations, my man. That is a blessing. It is a blessing, Flex. Good way to put it. All right, we've gotten 11 new members because the man Kenny Spray gifted 1. Tyler Braswell gifted 5. Tyler, thank you, brother. And Brandon Howard gifted 5. My man, Brandon. All right, that's 11 new members. That's enough to do something. Coloco, you're just a troll, my man. You're just a troll. Make us a giveaway we can't refuse. That's going to be tough. I got the Diana jacket, but I was going to do that on Twitter. Suplex, good comment. My nieces and nephews are winners for sure. You get born into the Krause family, you're a winner. And you know Uncle Z is going to take care of you. I got my nephew for Christmas. I got him he's like 4 now. I got him a Corvette so it's not like it's obviously a toy Corvette. He's 4 years old, but it's not like a controller where you like move analog sticks. It's an actual wheel. So he like turns the wheel on the Corvette. It's sick. Big Trag wants the white beanie. Zander will make you an offer. Brandon, that's been given away. That is Flex. Look. This right here is Big Flex. You know, this is Big Flex's package right here. The Eagles hat with the Saquon jersey. That's Big Flex. Flex, this is a dope hat, bro. So Flex got that. All right, I'm going to do another giveaway. But what should we give away? I might swerve, bend that corner. Whoa. That song's been stuck in my head for 3 days. Let's pull out the pile of goods. Everybody. What are we giving away? We got to do something. Jersey, sweatshirt. What are we thinking? Sweatshirt, hat, beanie. What are we thinking? Jersey, No Limits says Jersey. Coop, DeJean. You guys want the DeJean? Coop, Kelly Green. Ooh, the hockey jersey's cool, Bob. It's not really a hockey jersey. It's like a sweatshirt. But this is cool as shit. Let me show you guys this. Maybe I'll do this. This isn't XL, but it's kind of a big XL. I'm not going to lie. I normally can fit in XL stuff. This was huge. This is cool, though. Got the Eagle logo up there. Got the helmets. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? It's a sweatshirt, but it's like got that jersey feel to it, that hockey jersey feel to it. This is cool. Should we do this? Should we do this? Yeah, Flex, this is fire, right? All right, you guys want to do this? I'll give this away. This is a winner. These things weren't cheap. This thing was like expensive as balls, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I like when you got, I like I'm helping. It fits like a 2X. Absolutely. It's a 1X, but it fits like a 2X. I put that thing on. It didn't fit me at all. And I have some XLs and stuff. Actually, I think this quarter zip is an XL on me. No, it might not be. Actually looks a little tight. Take it or leave it. I like it, Elijah. What about my laptop? See, big track. Which one? I got more computers here than you would know what to do with. I promise you that. Got one computer here, one computer here, one computer here, and an iPad here. SMD, see ya. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, we'll do this. We'll do the we will do the hockey jersey. Okay? You guys want that? You guys want the hockey jersey? Give me a yes in the chat if you want the hockey jersey. All right, cool. Let's do it. Hockey jersey winner. Let me pull the list of names. I closed this out because I wasn't going to do another giveaway. I got to add in our new members. Izzy B. Izzy B became a member. Thank you, Izzy. Izzy _ B. You guys want some real collusion? You guys want some real collusion? Some real skullduggery? My sister's name is Isabel. Izzy B? Who the hell is that? That's not my sister, is it? I'm just kidding. Izzy B. You're not my sister, right, Izzy B? Please tell him. Please tell him. My sister's name is Isabel. Izzy B, you're not making me look good. Isabella is your name. Beautiful. My sister's just Isabel. Beautiful, Cody K. Your daughter's name is Isabel. It's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. All right. Brandon gifted 5. So I got to find these 5 members or the names of them. That's a problem. They don't show up the same way. So who got gifted? Who got gifted? Can someone find it in the chat and send it to me? Fuck. This is a pain in the ass right here. I forgot to take the names down. Damn it. I got it. I'll find them. You guys aren't my cousins anymore. You're my sister. You're my sisters. You're my sisters. Y'all are some sick motherfuckers. Yeah, it won't let me scroll up either, Reyes. It won't let me scroll up either. I got him, though. I got him. Let me just fill them out. All right. We're doing the hockey jersey giveaway for those who don't know. Here is the list of names. Izzy B has been added. All right. And these are the new people who've been added. Okay. Mint Diggity was added. Stacy was added. Sean Davis was added. Lathon Mahaya. I have never seen that in the chat. Lathon Mahaya. Mahaya. Safanya Floyd. Coach Corey was already a member, I think. No, he wasn't. He got re-added. Coach Corey B. Hiking. Interesting name. My guy Corey. Zach Kuykendall. What the? These names are wild. Moya 2422. WCBJJ77. Wait a second. Give me this instead. All of you are deleted. Goodbye. None of you are winning. I'm just kidding. Here we go. I downloaded the new list with all the new members. Thank you guys for those who gifted. Major appreciated. Major appreciated. Here we go. All right. Izzy B still at the top. There you go. Zach, Sean, Mikkel, Polska, Safanya, Coach Corey, Mint Diggity. These are all the guys who just got gifted. Prince Swayze, Stacy, WCB, and Moya. And then Dirty Air became a member. And I think C Note Croft was gifted as well. Okay. So those are your new members that were gifted. All right. Good stuff. Appreciate you guys for gifting. Very cool of you guys to do that. All right. This is what we're giving away. The Eagles hockey jersey. All right. It's an XL, but it runs a little big. Same rules apply. If you're not going to wear it, please tell me. I don't want to send. I spent my hard-earned money on this stuff, guys. I want someone to get it that uses it. All right. I don't want it to go to waste. Please. I am making a plea to you. No, Elijah did not join. He was already a member. Elijah's in here, but I'll search his name to show you guys. There he is. Elijah Mack's already on the list. He's been a member for 3 months. That's a member chat there. Let's go. Elijah, thank you, my man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, my man. All right. Again, if you're not going to use it or the size is no good, AKA if you're one of the 4X people, the 5X people, please just reach out, say something to me. I'll give this away to somebody else and I'll acquire something for you. The easiest thing to get in 4X are jerseys. So if you're a 4X and you win something, I'll try and acquire you a jersey. Okay. That will be what I try and do for you. No promises, but I will try and do that. All right, here we go. Look at Twiz's profile picture. This is me holding up the jacket that Josh B won today. Josh, thank you, man. And congrats on the win. Here we go. 1 winner, 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. JB, J Patterns, there you are. I saw you in here earlier. Maurice, Brian Garner. All right, here we go. Ready? Start. JB Eagles. This one. 3, 2, 1. Jersey Dude. Jersey Dude, are you here? I know Jersey Dude. All you guys know Jersey Dude. Jersey dude. Big C. Get him out of here. Flex, you really started something with that. Now everybody's using it. Jersey dude. No, that's not a burner name. He follows me on Twitter with the same name. He's a good guy. Flex, you know Jersey dude. He messages you on Twitter all the time. Next. Isabella says, next. Get him out of here. Jersey dude, are you here? Yeah, so he's in here a lot. You are a trendsetter, Flex. Yeah, that's a good one, Zeal. Harry Cow's voice. It's out of here. Jersey turd. Next. Philly to Chicago. What's up, my guy? This is looking really rigged. You know, Wilfredo, everybody who doesn't get a win says that. Maybe you're just a sore loser, Wilfredo. All right, he's gone. Jersey dude, I love you. If you're watching, I'm sorry, but you're done. You're done. You're dead to me. All right, here we go. Another winner. I got to get out of here by 11, so we got to do this quick. 1, 2, 3. Terrence. Chris Scott. Dale. I saw Dale in here. Zach Kuykendall. Philly Birds and Bears. Ready? Fire. Come on. Come on. No, Keith, I don't have a lunch date. I got work, my guy. It's playoff week. I work all day. John Love. John Love, are you here? John Love, are you here? John Love, are you here? Jordan Love? Not to be confused with the Green Bay Packers quarterback, who's going to stink it up this weekend. The brother of Jordan Love. John Love, are you here? Say, I got to give a second, because yesterday we almost didn't give the win to the guy, and he was here. Get him out of here. No Loves should win. Elijah, I might agree with that, man. Too close to Jordan. Get him out of here. Almost 11. Next. I like this Navy Kango, by the way. It's a fresh one. I like the Navy. All right. He's done. You're done. You're dead to me, John. Start. One winner. We got 10 minutes left to get a winner. Confirm. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Die Hard. There you are. Eagles talk. Anthony Wilson, my guy. Mad Dio. NJ Fishing. Ready? Fire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kevin Landon. I don't know a Kevin Landon. Kevin Landon, are you here? Kevin Landon, are you here? Uh-oh, we're getting into the depths of the... How many more pulls will we have? Kevin Landon, are you here? Kevin Landon, are you here? If you think I'd name a member of my family Kevin, you're wrong. Although I love... if you're a Kevin in the chat, I'm not hating on you. I love your name. I just wouldn't name my kid Kevin. I think of Kevin from Home Alone. It's my favorite Christmas movie, Home Alone. Kevin! All right, Kevin Landon, you're done. You're done. Yo, Dave, this is Zander time. All right? It's Zander time. You guys will wait and you will like it. Marchetti, Zander just ripped every Kevin on earth. No, I didn't. I like Kevin. Coloco, you're on Zander time. All right, this is my default comment to put on the screen. Yeah, Kevin's all across the globe are catching strays. Brandon, you're done then. Charge your phone or you're done. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. There he is, Philly to Chicago. Flexing and stepping. 3 shuffles. Famu. Ready, fire. I'm feeling Twiz the Jigga. Now, if it's actually Twiz the Jigga, we're gonna be getting lawsuits. Dre Tucker. Dre, are you out there? Dre Tucker, are you out there? This is the guy with like the bluish profile picture. I know this guy. Philly Don, I'll search for you. You're in there though. Next. Dre, are you here? Dre, are you here? Dre, are you out here? Twiz, you're gonna get a win. Don't worry. In fact, Twiz, I get accused of a lot of collusion on these giveaways. I can assure you, Twiz, that because I am so appreciative of all your support of Jacob, that I will collude and I will tell people that I colluded to get Twiz a win. Twiz deserves a win. All right, Dre, you're done. Dre, you're done to me. You're done to me, Dre. Here we go. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Are you ready? Here comes Twiz the Jigga. Twiz, would you even want this thing? This hockey jersey? 3, 2, 1. Andrew Smith. These are like the most generic names in the world. Kevin and Andrew. Kevin and Andrew. This is what Andrew Smith. I mean, seriously, this is like, when that people put placeholder names for people? This is what you'd write. Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith. James. What's up, James Carver? Great to see you in there, man. I was just showing you some love. I love the name James. That's my middle name. You need a Kelly Green Kanga. I got 2 of them. You see the one up there, too? See it? Second one down. I'm going to go Kelly Green. Maybe the Kelly Green will mean luck, and we'll get a winner. I agree, Ryan. Never trust anyone with the last name Smith. Andrew, are you here? Just tell me if you're here. Yeah, Big C. There you go, man. Zander James. It's actually Alexander, but yeah, Zander James. Alexander James Krause. That's my name. You're going to hear a lot of me in the next 30 years, so get used to it. I had one dude crying to me on Twitter, "You're a loser. You're a punk. You're a dork." I'm like, well, get used to me, cheesecake. Get used to me, cheesecake. Andrew Smith. Andrew, you're done. Start. Alexander, what a bad take by Ryan. Alexander is an iconic name. Alexander the Great. I mean, Alexander is like, when I think of the name Alexander, I think of somebody who conquers territories and land and the earth. Ryan, you have a lot of bad takes, but that takes the cake for your worst take ever. What do you mean, no limit? Alex or Zander? Look at the name, Alexander. My dad hates Alex, so when I was a kid, he said, "You're going by Zander." And I'm so happy he did, because I'm not an Alex. And my Nana used to yell at me because she said it should be spelled with an X. And I never spelled it with an X. I've always been Z. Z. Z's the name, all right? You guys are getting my life story. Brandon, I'm not saying I liked it, dude. Relax, my guy. Brandon's like giving me a freaking soliloquy about who Alexander the Great was. I don't give a shit who he was. All I'm saying is the name is cool. I mean, Jesus, criminy. I mean, you guys are kidding me, right? All right, new winner. Start. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Oh, man. All right, come on. It's 11. I got work to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. El Yepa. Come on, El. I know you got to be here. Come on, Yepa. Come on, Yepa. El no. El Nopa. El Nopa. El Nopa. El, are you here? Yes. Woo! I knew the green hat would be the key. Thank the green Kango. Thank the green Kango, which does not match, by the way, my outfit today. So I'll go back to the blue now that we have our winner. But congrats. El Yepa. Now, El, will you wear this? Okay, it's an XL, runs a little big. An XL runs a little big. El Yepa is a great supporter of JAKIB. All right, so I'm happy with this W here. I'm happy with this W. El Yepa, will you wear this? What are you, a different size? Like, hit me with the truth, El Yepa. My guy. James, Zander, Krause, Carver. I love that, Carver. I love that, Carver. You are my cousin. Actually, James, you're not my cousin. Everybody else is my cousin. You're my brother, James. You're my brother. XL, perfect. El, I think this will be good for you, man. Coming your way, Yepa. Yo, Yepa, how can I get in contact with you? This is fire, man. This thing is dope. This thing is dope. Yepa, how can I get in contact with you? Hell yeah. Love it. Yepa, just let me know how to reach out to you. Do you want to email me? Do you have an X account? Do you have an X account? What do you got? Email, perfect. Yep, but email me now so I know it's you, please, because you never know. Yep, I just put my email in the chat. So if you see that there, you can reach out to me. Yep, but thanks for all your support, man. Twiz, which one? Twiz, which one you like? Twiz, which one do you like, brother? Let me know. I want to hook my guy Twiz up. Dave, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Good show, Z. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, man. You guys know I appreciate each one of you guys. I really do. I got to star this email, by the way, from Pumper, which is a blasphemous that I missed. Pumper, I'm sorry. JB Eagles, it's at Real Zander, okay? Which I wanted it to be Zander Krause show, but X is like, you can only have 15 characters. I'm like, fuck you, man. Let me pick that. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that, man. Thanks, Bob. Bob, you know I love you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Flex. Appreciate all you guys. What a fun season it's been, guys. What a fun season it's been. And I think we got a chance here to make a run in the playoffs. Pumper went to spam. No, he didn't. He didn't go to spam. I got Pumper, though. Pumper, I got you all locked in now, so I'm going to send it out. Love you, Brandon. Thank you, bro. Oh, Twiz, that's what you like. Twiz, is an XL good? I think I have 2. I might have to hook my guy Twiz up. Let me see if I got a second one of them. I think I do, Twiz. I'm feeling generous today, if you can't tell. I'm feeling generous today. I'm feeling generous today. By the way, who do you guys got tonight? Penn State, Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame tonight. Mainly because I hate Penn State. Chester says, we are. Why do you want Penn State, Crowley? Are you a Penn State guy? Yo, Twiz, what size are you, motherfucker? Are you answering me or are you just thanking me? Twiz is a legend. I love Twiz. Twiz might be like a minute back on the stream or something. Yepa, did you email me yet? I'm not seeing it if you did. Oh, I just got an email. Nope. All right, that's fair, Howard. Your nephew goes to Penn State. I'll take that. My girlfriend was a state girl, but I don't root for Penn State. I don't give a shit. I'm a Catholic. I'm a proud Catholic. And I love that the new coach at Notre Dame has brought back great Catholic traditions of going to church on game day and stuff like that. So I got no dog in the fight. So I'm rooting for Notre Dame, a great Catholic institution. And I don't have any Irish in me. I am not Irish at all. Give Twids a kid small for his turkey to wear. Oh, man. Yeah, Twiz. Twiz, you got my emails? I got my DM from Josh B. So Josh B won our jacket. So Josh B, let's recap our giveaways today. Josh B wins the jacket. Congrats, Josh B. Let's hang this sucker up. All right. Josh B won the jacket. See that? I hung it up on the wall back there. El Yepa wins this. El Yepa, please email me. The Eagles hockey jersey. All right. And as a courtesy from Big Z, please don't get mad at me, everybody. Twiz has been with Jacob since I started the damn channel. All right. Twiz has been with me for a long time. Twiz has been a supporter through it all, through the ups and the downs. Dave, that's an acceptable reason to root for Penn State. And I will be giving Twiz the other hockey jersey. All right? I got no more of these left after this. But Twiz is a freaking boss. All right? Twiz, you got to reach out to me. All right, man? So we have 3 winners today, everybody. And Twiz was not picked in the name thing, but I love him, so I'm giving him it. Guinness and Jameson. Nice, James Carver. I'm 3/4 Irish, but Protestant, just like my fave beer. Nice, James. Twiz. Zander at jakibmedia.com. I got you, Twiz. I got you, Twiz. Carver, I ordered you a big old Jacob care package, though, man. So once that comes, I'm shipping it right out to you. Yepa, I got your email. Well, there's no text in it, but Yepa, is that you? Carver, also, let me know what size do you wear? So I can get it right. Carver, just shut up and answer my question. I'm kidding. I don't care what you're kidding about. Shut up and answer my question. Carver, what size do you wear? XL. Okay, cool. That's perfect. That's what I was thinking. All right. All right. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. I love you guys. Yep, I got your email. Thank you, brother. Twiz, when I get your email, I'll tell you in a second. Twiz, you sending it now? See, I like after hours here. We're down to 337. This is where the real JAKIB Mafia is. This is where the real JAKIB Mafia is. All right, we've had a good week. All right, we've had 5 giveaway winners this week on playoff week. All right, we had 2 yesterday. Twiz got it, the hat and the jersey. Epic. Twiz, or not Twiz, Flex, congrats. Twiz getting the other hockey jersey. El Yepa getting this hockey jersey. And then my man Josh B gets the jacket that's hanging on the wall. So that's 5 winners this week of stuff. And JAKIB Christmas is dwindling down because, I still got some stuff. Don't worry, I still got some stuff. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beanies. All right, I still have 5 beanies. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jerseys. All right, I still have 6 jerseys. And I have 2 Salute the Service sweatshirts. All right, so we still got some stuff. I'll be doing more giveaways. Thank you, Yepa. P.O. box. Oh, Yepa, I don't know. Can I ship this to a P.O. box? Is it a big P.O. box? $47 brand. I've never heard of that. That's not where I got it, but J-Mac will not be wearing a jersey. Yeah, Philly Dom, we've had a lot of legends get some merch. I think 4 of my 12 legends have gotten merch, and I'm hoping to get more, obviously, to you guys. Philly Don, I got to get you something, too. Twiz, I got you, bro. Twiz, is that your email? I know you're a West Virginia guy now. Got you, Twiz. I see it. Dave, thanks, man. Oh, Flex, nice. Damn sun again. Fucking sun. There's 2 slits in my blinds. One here and one here. And they look, it's a perfect line on me. Fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, dirty air, it does, man. Thank you, bro. I owe you for that, man. I owe you for that. I'm going to do something good for you. Guys, got to hang with me. If I tell you I'm going to do something for you, I promise you I'm going to do it. All right, I'm a man of my word. I just can't go broke. I can't go broke. I spend 3 G's on JAKIB Christmas, so I don't want, I gotta keep it realistic here. All right. Abe, that's my victory Kango, Abe. I was going to wear that on game day, though, Abe. Yeah, Carver, you're damn right. It's not a charity, but I do want to thank the people that make it happen, man. I do got to thank the people that make it happen, Carver. You guys like my collection of Kangos? It's growing. It's growing. It is growing. All right. Big shout out to everybody, man. Thank you guys. 11:15. We always go over. We always go over. 30 air. Maybe I can copy one. Let me reach out to my dude today because I got some other stuff I got to get from him. So I will reach out and see. 30 air. You know I owe you. So I'll make 30 air. I promise I'm going to make good on it for you. All right. I appreciate you very much. It's really cool of you to do that. All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you all. Big shout out to my guy, Twiz. Twiz, congrats, bro. And Twiz, I can't thank you enough for all that you've done, all that you continue to do. You are a great supporter here on JAKIB, and I love having you a part of the community. So thank you, brother. Shout out to El Yepa. Congrats on your win, brother. And a shout out to Josh B for winning the jacket on the wall in the back. All right. All right. Now this is this here. I'd like to give this away too. I'd like to give this away one day. That day is not today, but I would like to give that away. I would like to give that away. One day we will do that, maybe in the off season. So we'll have the real day ones, the real loyal people who will be here in the off season. I'll be doing giveaways in the off season too. So I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. I think we'll get more people who are real loyal, to the channel. And obviously I love everybody, but Ray says, just start giving away random shit. Reyes, you got to listen, Reyes. I love you like I love everybody. The people that support us. It means a lot to me. So big thanks. All right, guys. Congrats, man. That's going to do it for the show. I got to get the hell out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you. The sun is now driving me up a freaking wall. Hopefully the blackout curtains come in soon. John, thank you, man. Twiz, thank you, bro. Sue, thanks, Sue. I appreciate you. James Carver, thank you, James. Dirty Air, appreciate it. Abe, my guy, Abe. Chuck Hutton, thank you, Chuck. Brode, what kind of chair am I in? This chair was expensive as shit. I work too much to not have a nice chair. It's actually the chair from, that desk company, Autonomous. I do not have an Autonomous desk, but it's a chair from them. It's really nice. Because bro, when I first started with JAKIB 4 years ago, and I was working all day on my computer, my back was going crazy. So this has really good back support right in here. Yeah, got to have a good chair. All right, thanks, everybody, man. See you guys. Love you all. You guys are the freaking best. Thanks for all your support. See you tomorrow, everyone.
You've been listening to Birds 365, the destination for the passionate Eagles football fan who bleeds green. If it's Eagles football, we're talking about it. Debate inside the locker room and guests that are some of the greatest football minds from around the region. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on social media at JAKIB Sports. See you next time on Birds 365.